And I really learned, like, believe it or not, like, anyway, this is digressing. I'm talking about beer right now. We'll talk about this stuff later. But
now keep it going.
Bud Light was actually like something that like we would drink regularly. I'd come home from work. She'd actually be in the tub, butt ass naked with a Bud Light.
But in the tub,
and I'd be like, yeah, taking a bath, you know, like a bubble bath. And then she'd be like, yo, hand me a Bud Light, and of course I would drink a Bud Light.
She'd be like, yo, I just got off a long day of working on the steel mills out in the back. You brought the deer carcass home.
Oh, no.
Let me take this fat dip out my lip.
No. She wasn't that type of way.
I'm just
they do that shit. Like, they do, like, shower beers. Like, that's a thing for them.
No, I had this white coworker.
I mean, I do shower beers now. That's something I learned. You're right.
Yeah, no. I mean, did you know, like, their whole culture of fishing is drinking?
And picking crabs?
No.
No, for real. Like, I would go to her parents' house, and they would have a bunch of crabs. They would lay them out on the table on top of newspapers, and we would just pick them and eat and talk and drink beer. It's quite social.
I got you. Yeah, so it's the same thing. So like that 70s show, there's a character on there, Red Foreman, hard ass, white dude from the 70s, right? That's his character. He literally would get mad and be like, I'm gonna go fishing. And it took me a while to fucking figure out, like, oh wait, the nigga's just going to drink
and be in peace
and be alone.
Right. Yeah, peace.
God damn. Yeah, these niggas hate other people, which is why they. No, stop. Okay. All right. Well, it's the Bullshit for Your Health podcast, episode 104. For those of you who've been with us for a while, welcome back. For the new listeners, hey, this is what you heard. This is what you're getting. It's lovely.
104.
Today.
Damn.
What?
104.
Yeah,
damn.
man, we're out here.
God,
we gotta call Doechii. Someone should call Doechii because she'll be on this pod eventually. But
you want me to hit her up on mine?
Yeah, but today we got Doechii. We also have a returning member. He's been a voice before.
Yo.
Doesn't need too much introduction, but Quentin Canada. Let's give a round of applause. Yay! All right. So
what's up?
Getting Doechii on the fucking phone. I wonder if.
Oh boy, we ready for some fireworks?
I mean, we got
these two on the pod. Oh boy,
shit, you know, we're starting again. I don't know. But
Doechii would have roasted him for that sound effect right there.
What you mean?
Yeah, you'll see.
Don't hate. We're not firemen. But damn, you know what? It's crazy. Speaking of fucking sirens, Doechii gave us some really tragic news. Niggas were niggering out here in Richmond today.
Whoa. Unconfirmed. I don't know the culture or creed of the assailants, but they have been caught.
All right, you turn. She'll call us back.
All right.
But
text her. We got to text her.
You haven't. She's texting the group. Yeah. So wait.
Let's go.
Because you made. I mean, you didn't make it sound any sort of way. I just kind of took exactly what you were saying to say, oh, they were niggas.
I mean, judging by the story, right?
Yeah. It sounds like niggas. I would say it's niggas.
Because this wasn't like, you know, school shooting type of match where it's just like, I'm shooting everybody in this bitch. No, this was more like, yo, I came here for this nigga. Anybody in the way is getting it too.
Wait, seriously? Yeah. Were the victims black?
Yes.
All of them?
Well,
you know, I don't even know for sure. But one, we're in Richmond, and two, what was the high school that was graduating?
Huguenot High.
It's Huguenot, and Huguenot has
Henrico School, mixed bag.
Yeah,
but they got
usually predominantly black.
Yeah. Right? What the victims black?
I have a live.
A live? I don't want to see
seven.
No. Somebody after the fact went live and was expressing her sentiments.
Not a live witness analyst from the field.
And we might not even be able to know like what their races are.
Yes.
Oh no.
And the sentiments that she expressed seemed
this
like
is a whole bit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And if it's students, they might not even be 18.
Should I play it or?
I mean, fuck it, dude. Yeah, I don't give a shit.
All right, let's give credit where credit's due. This is from the Shade Room.
This is from Doechii.
Oh, but she went live and expressed her disappointment in this whole tragedy.
Okay.
Oh,
I think
Doechii's calling.
Okay, that's fine. I think we don't need to hear much more.
Donica, what's up?
What the description of the victims were looking for.
What's going on?
Holy shit.
I'm so glad you're the one that calls me.
All right, well, we're live on air. Donica, our new host for the third installment of the Bullshit for Your Health podcast. Let's give a round of applause. Yay! Hey, should we make a little sound? Yay! All right, yeah. All right,
Donica, can you hear everything? Okay.
all right. Let's not take too much.
Can they hear me?
Yes, they can hear you. Let's not take too much time on the air introducing. We know what this is. Let's keep it going. So, Donica, before you came onto the podcast, we were talking about
A shooting.
a school shooting,
A graduation
Graduation shooting.
a nigga shooting.
Oh, Jesus.
Clearly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I would keep it to you, and then you can
Must
just.
you go there?
Well, when I'm talking now, then I'll just lift it up.
You know how noisy that's gonna be?
What do you mean? Lifting it up?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure Donica's heard on the pod.
If your arm gets tired, I can hold the phone.
I'm not holding the phone the whole time. That's what you want me to do?
No, when she talks.
Oh, when she talks, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I mean, the same idea, it's just not.
It's quiet.
Prop the,
Yeah.
prop the phone upside down, like against like this bottle or something. So that way, like it's a little bit closer.
Who's
You know what I'm
that?
saying?
Oh, that's Quentin.
Oh, okay.
We fired Devontae,
Damn.
and we hired some new help.
Hired? Y'all getting paid for this?
Oh shit! But for real though, that shit's actually like insidious, man.
Yeah, a high school graduation. It's like at this point in their lives, like probably one of their happiest days, and many families' days have just been ruined. Not only that, I think Tete, you were saying that the following graduations are also canceled.
That's right. Two other graduations are now canceled. So we ruined it for the whole community. The whole city of Richmond's fucked up right now.
Yeah,
And that's what I hate about these niggas that be shooting shit up, bro. We was just talking about that the other day with like rap music, and not to attribute rap music to any sort of
Violence?
increase in violence or gun
Or drug
violence
use?
or drug use or culture. But long story short,
Or
we were just saying.
misogyny.
Okay.
He's coming with some feelings today.
I was just basically saying that like this new era of rap music that we're in, our current era, which is drill music, is very violent, and like it was always super ominous when I be in the club nowadays, which is not often, unfortunately, or fortunately, whoever is listening thinks about it. But other way, or any other reason, I'm just saying it's just kind of like when that King Von song, "The Story," would play, and we'd all be in the club bobbing heads. Well, I mean, I don't really know word for word bobbing heads, but everybody, I'm talking like niggas who look like they live that life.
My siblings love that shit.
To
suburban African kids.
to suburban African kids, to the hottie thotties,
Yeah.
and they're just kind of like, dude, he's talking about a murder, right? That like we're like one of the reasons why he's so hot is that we're convinced that this is a real murder, right? And it's just like there's something weird about it because if you attribute words to being spells or words to having powerful meaning, it's kind of like, dude, what are we hoping happens tonight, guys? And to roll that all the way into just that type of energy being brought on, like Quentin eloquently said, the largest day of your life so far is just fucking tragic, yo. Especially for.
So, I have a comment.
Please.
How do I do this? Do I raise my hand?
No, you just.
No, you talk.
Yeah.
Because Jabari be on a roll. It's really hard to get in there.
Oh, well,
right, so
glad someone said it.
You know what? In an effort to keep this concise, I'm not gonna respond. I'm not gonna retaliate.
No, but this brings up a conversation that some of my girlfriends and I were having about how often now when we go out places that are in large crowds that your like anxiety starts to act up and you're like, what's gonna happen here? Or like, what's the like closest exit? Things that I think, if you're like a highly anxious person and you thought like that before, now it's much more normal and expected for like everyone to kind of be thinking about that. And I don't know if anybody was in the DMV area when this happened, yesterday, but there was, I said the DMV, like the actual DMV area, not,
Oh, not
Department of Motor Vehicles.
yeah, like actually just be proper. There was like a loud boom from one of some testing that was happening, with our military dollars that we spent a lot on. And a plane crashed, and everyone was freaking out because everyone in DC heard this like boom noise, and no one knew what it was from. And like if you were in the surrounding DC area, I think of 5 miles, you heard it.
Oh shit, it's the North Koreans.
I think I actually heard about this story. They got details on that now.
China's attacking.
I heard they could hear it pretty far out.
It was sonic boom from the jets intercepting the plane crash.
It's the end of the days.
The two of my friends that live in DC heard it immediately and texted us and was like, "Did anybody else hear that? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I can't. We got to get out of here."
You go where, nigga? It's one planet.
At this point, islands are going for $450. An estranged island,
No.
can't be as bad.
450 grand?
450 what?
Yeah.
450 grand?
Yes.
Y'all niggas are not going to live on no fucking island.
But what are these islands?
Niggas don't know how to survive in the
what
wild.
entity, what country are these islands
Niggas
connected
don't
to?
want to survive in the wild. Niggas want to pop bottles. Niggas want to buy Casamigos and get boneless wings at the table fight night. Niggas don't want.
Niggas enjoy
Just
luxury
to
too
touch
much.
just to touch on that
To till their own
the details
land.
of that boom in DC.
Niggas would never.
Bitches don't want to cook dinner. You think bitches want to fucking hunt and gather?
Live off the land.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I had a friend that thought she could do that.
Yeah, where's her dumb ass now?
Is she a forager?
Oh, which one is it? I'm sorry. We don't know who you're talking about. I'm just
Oh, no.
shooting.
Ain't nobody that's gonna listen to this pod. She's still working on that goal, I'm sure.
She's still digging.
Yeah.
She's off the grid.
Oh, as cool as it sounds like a miserable life.
It's not
Well,
realistic.
at least to start.
There's this famous movie, and I wish Devontae was here because he could probably tell you what it is. But long story short, it's about some rich white kid who wants to find the meaning of life. So he goes, forgets all his riches, and goes and lives in the woods. Spoiler alert: he dies at the end of the movie. And he's like, "It was an enlightened life." He
That
died.
nigga died.
But he died at like I think he wasn't even 30. It's like, no, you 21st century ass motherfuckers wanna get so ephemeral, if that's even the right word, with the idea of your life and be like, yo, I need to go on this spiritual journey. If you don't sit your ass
Just do
down,
some drugs.
go do some shrooms. You know what I'm saying? Go do 8 the shrooms in your bedroom and you realize that's not the life for you, nigga.
It's usually the most suburban ass,
Yeah,
I've
Netflix had a show about that.
You had a pool in your backyard.
Yeah, I've
growing
had
up.
a good life my whole life. Now I don't like it anymore because shit ain't working out. And I can't achieve the life that my parents gave me.
You don't even go to a grocery store. You don't even. Yeah.
Right. I can't achieve the life my parents gave me growing up, so now I don't know what to do. I'm just going to be fucking feral.
And the people who are saying
But
that
not
have
Colin.
the best opportunities to achieve what their parents had growing up. I mean, I don't want to point fingers, but it's like you were made into that class.
You could probably just do nothing and let nepotism take you in for the win and just take over your mom and pop's business a lot of the time.
And I'm not even talking about the upper 1%. I'm talking about the niggas that went to JMU with me.
Yeah.
Let's take my peer group.
I had 2 parents.
Who did the COD 300 and the Ernest and Young and got into we're making 65,000. Nigga, you made it. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Should have been over here with me, figuring out what the fuck this life you want to live. You know what I'm saying? God put shit on the planet for you to chill. You know what I'm saying?
So dramatic, he didn't grow up in the suburbs.
Yeah, I did, which is why my fucking perspective is this. It's like God gave you stuff to cope with your existential dread that didn't involve you giving up, locking your pet in the house for a week and go get naked in the woods. You shut your dumb white ass up. What you mean, nigga? This is comfortable.
I mean, it's a complex I struggle with sometimes because, I'm good. My parents did what they could. I was a suburban kid as well, but I think I was on the poor side of suburbia. But anyway, with my child,
Why niggas always wanna press they struggle?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I was suburban. Niggas want me hood so bad.
Listen, no, nigga.
It's so hilarious.
No. Listen, okay.
He said we got money, but not that.
If
money.
I would have said, we weren't like that. But anyway,
weak.
but the life I'm providing for my child is one lot of privilege and riches and free shit. It's just one day when she sets out on her own and realizes, oh, my dad worked for all this shit that he has. How is she going to cope when she realizes she has to now build that herself and it's not just
She
given?
has to now work.
Yeah, like that.
Blow all her money.
But at the same time, I don't want my child to go through school with 2 pairs of pants like I did.
What?
Throw that out there.
No, this nigga didn't.
I just throw that out there. I had 2 pairs of pants and a pair of Air Force Ones in a dream, dog.
Nigga, you was flexing on them. What you mean?
I bought those Air Force Ones with my own hard-earned money, but I had 2 pairs of pants.
I had a crisp pair of Air Force Ones.
Air Force Ones were like the creme of the creme. Like that was a fire shoe back then.
Yeah, that's Domino's money right there.
Niggas out here was wearing Reeboks, nigga. What you mean?
I had a pair of those too.
Specialty pizza money.
We thank God for 50 Cent, cause shit made that shit hot. Nah, but what the fuck were we even talking about? What are we talking about?
We got on a few subjects all at once.
Things going boom.
I'm
That's
still
right.
trying to make sure that niggas can hear me in the headphones. And I think they can, but fuck it. We'll keep it going. Long story short, niggas were shooting up in Richmond today, which is not new. When it gets hot out, niggas like to pull their guns out.
But in a
Niggas
high
like
school
to.
graduation, that's new. That's new.
They've been shooting up high school since 2000s, baby. What you mean?
No, at the graduation
Was
ceremony.
crazy.
It was only a matter of time.
You couldn't wait like 2 more hours, bro.
It was only a matter of time. It was only a
'Cause,
matter of time. They
'cause-
shooting up hospitals.
Because like when you as
No, nigga, they shooting up hospitals. They shooting up school, like not school graduations. I don't say school graduations.
Okay.
These are
I'm
these are.
categorizing the shootings. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, but
Because niggas shoot niggas.
and to be honest too, it's a high school graduation, right?
Yes.
That's fucking awful. These niggas started out by shooting children.
Yeah.
No, but you're generalizing it to all school shootings, mass shootings.
I'm just saying,
and
school,
I get it.
Yeah. It's fucking awful.
At the end of the day,
but
it's all the
unfortunately, it's all the same, and it's not new.
Not
So-
talking about shooting so cavalierly.
No, it's not. It's-
This is America now.
and like, I don't mean to be cavalier, other than
Alarmed at all times.
Oh, I know.
no, it's for
just
sure
hard
alarm.
now.
But like, I mean, at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm the problem, nigga. Like we know what. Okay, so scientifically, we know what we could do to help. Not
Here's a solution.
stop it, but like to ease it, and we vote in that way. We advocate in that way. But other than that, nigga, it's like, nigga, what you want me to like? It's like,
So
what's up?
I got a question. So if the shooter or shooters, because I think they
Jail.
caught 2 suspects.
Jail.
If they're black, what kind of coverage do y'all think this is gonna get, and how do y'all think this is gonna be?
Oh, it was gang related. What
Because-
did Logic say? Gang related.
Typically, it is a white male doing this. So if it's black, like we suspect it is,
It's not gay.
I think the coverage is honestly nowadays. I think the coverage is lessened when it's black shooters.
Bro, it's black on black violence.
It's less coverage.
The NRA not gonna speak like it. We've seen the route that this goes in every shape or function, because again, this has been happening for 20 plus years, bro. Like it's like, unfortunately, the scoreboard for the NRA and lobby groups that want to make money off of filling the streets with guns is just I don't want to say no fun in watching, but there's no point in watching. Like it's like,
yeah.
holy shit, bro, another one happened. It's gonna keep happening.
Okay.
Like and I feel like it goes back to what you be saying so much on the pod, bro. We have to execute our political rights
Yes.
in an effort to
On all levels.
stop this shit, bro. Because there's not much more. Because like I'm keeping it a band. Like, you know, I ain't fucking running up on no White Houses. Like shit, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how many times Biden falls and just shows the throne is here for the taking. You know what I'm saying? I am not.
Oh, Joe.
I am not. I mean, let's get into that because you ran away last podcast.
We gotta wait. What we
What
into?
the politics? I'm just real quick. We ain't got we ain't got no board up. I only got really one thing I want to talk about, but for sure, because we didn't get too much into it, dude. Like, what is happening? Like, we got an election coming
Next year.
in a year,
Yep.
Yeah.
and we have all of 1.5 candidates, maybe.
We got. I mean,
You mean Democrats?
I'm saying it's in general on the board for everything because I'm
Who's
No.
listen.
I'm about to list. I'm about to make a whole list.
That's fine. What I'm saying is, as somebody who is as somebody who is an avid watcher of politics, you literally got Joe Biden, who not just on CNN but Fox News, like is crumbling. Like
Literally.
the story is. Why won't they let this poor man retire? You know what I'm saying? It's the Dianne Feinstein of the executive office. Like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Okay, then you have on the right side, Trump's got it. And then, oh wait, DeSantis just announced. But I mean, Trump's got it because all we've done is run coverage of Trump the last 4 or 5 months, and it's been very like no different coverage than his first runabout. Like while Biden seems to have lost 3 or 4 steps, Trump seems to just have stayed in step. You know?
I would caution you in putting so much stock in Trump's second run. I personally feel like Biden has a good chance against a second running Trump than he does against a Ron DeSantis or even
all right. Let's have fun. Fuck that. No, fuck that.
Thank
fuck
you.
that. Fuck that. He's not making it through another 4 years. No, Biden.
Remember that a lot of Trump supporters, well, not even Trump supporters,
Republicans,
a slightly different category than like true Republicans are not happy with Trump.
No,
they're like he's disgraced, the Republican Party, blah blah blah. Like now, granted, Trump has that influence and that power that you really have to worry about the young generation.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
They don't have enough political knowledge or context to really make decisions. They're followers, right? Like they grew up in that age, and he's, if anything, an evil genius in terms of being able to get masses of people to follow him. But it's hard to say because you
listen.
You really shit the pot either way. So,
listen, it's literally like this, right? The younger generation favors the more progressive candidates. You have your Marianne Williamsons. I don't really know who that is on the Republican side. I'd be more willing to be like, they're not really favoring that many culturally relevant younger Republicans. Like I don't see a lot of young white people running out to what's that nigga that's working with AOC right now on a get money out of the Congress bill. Matt Gaetz. Like I don't see a lot of young white Republicans running towards Matt Gaetz or young black Republicans running towards Matt Gaetz, but I do see a lot of young people running towards the Marianne Williamsons, and then maybe some who are more establishment leaning. I want to go work in DC when I'm older, leaning towards like the Bobby Kennedys, right? The Republican base that won the election for the Republicans when Trump ran, I feel like still fucks with Trump. They don't fuck with the only viable candidate on the other side that I think the staunch Republicans that you guys are talking about want, which is a Ron DeSantis, right? He's done everything establishment-wise they want in Florida, repealing certain organizations, freeing up money and allowing for different tax shit to go on. Like, that's what they want in office. But, like, the Republicans who are going to win the election for whoever on the Republican candidacy-wise, they fuck with Trump, bro. They still fuck with everything he's speaking on or talking about. And just at the end of the day, Trump's just like, I want to say, got more charisma in their eyes for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, how we fuck with like.
And if they're about business, like he's the person to choose because that's all he cares about.
No. Wait, you're talking about who?
Trump.
Well, I'm saying
talking about anybody who's like, if anybody's on the fence in terms of just not having a solid set of like values or things that they're going to follow, if they're looking like on paper, not taking into account the several things that go into account, who's better for business, like they're going to pick Trump.
Yeah. I mean, facts too. I mean, at the end of the day, we all know Rob DeSantis and Trump politics on a legislation basis is probably going to be no different.
I think Ron DeSantis is way more aggressive.
Yes, but like,
and can get shit done.
But for I think the Republicans you guys are talking about, they don't dislike Trump because of how he's going to run the country legislatively. They dislike Trump for how he's going to run the country politically, like how he's going to divide more and cause socially, and like and how that affects their money from the actual like, yo, is Trump going to shoot for the certain tax breaks we want? Yeah, he's going to do that. He's just not going to do it as quietly as like a Mitt Romney's going to do it or a motherfucking Mike Pence. He announced.
Yeah,
that's how discombobulated this field is.
They've been beefing,
but Mike Pence been saying he was going to announce. We knew this was coming.
They tried to kill him. Okay,
of course.
They tried to kill him. He turned around, cucked himself again for Trump, and then now is saying, "I'm going to run against Trump." If you don't sit your dumb ass down, Who's giving these motherfuckers
he's
money?
not getting
Hold on,
nomination.
Jabbar, but what is your problem here? This is the Republican primary. This is their shit. Let them handle it. Let them figure it out.
I get that. It's funny. I'm making content, but what I'm saying is this though. When is the last time that we've seen a political? I mean, in my lifetime, it's the first time I've really seen like a political contingency.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Filled
Yeah.
Nah.
credibly wise with what seems to be all unserious candidates, right? For whatever reason, you know. And now I'm just from like the appearance. Now you can say,
And when you say unserious, you mean they don't have a chance, or they're just not politically savvy?
Just the way we've broken down that illusion of what a political candidate is, you know, since the Trump era, since breaking down barriers with Obama. Like, you know, like I'm talking about the presidential race. It used to be polished. Like even if George Bush was stupid, you know what I'm saying? No, but listen.
It used to be performative, but it's always been people that talked the way that people wanted them to talk and moved the way people wanted them to move, at least on the surface, while secretly being controlled by the same group of people who have always been in charge.
But in a presidential way, though.
Yes,
you know?
yeah. Like the niggas were still prim and proper. The nigga didn't.
Thank you. Yes.
The United States had some fucking self-respect.
Yes.
No, but listen. But what I'm saying is, like, right now, if you're looking at a presidential race, like the three candidates who we think could be on that stage, just truthfully, because while the Republicans, we're gonna allow them to do whatever they want, we know what the Democrats are doing, and it's like, don't blow the gasket off this. Run this old nigga again. We want. You know what? Nancy Pelosi said.
What did she say?
She said, I don't give a fuck if you can't see, if you can't hear, if you can't taste. You need to be in that office so I can keep making these dividends from all these stocks we got, motherfucker. I don't give a shit. He's shitting himself, man. Put a diaper on that motherfucker. All right?
Bro, it's torture for him.
No, listen. Dianne Feinstein wants to die. Okay, let's just be honest. They rolled her back into Congress. Like, did you see that picture? Her face is falling off. Tete. She looked like... What was that? They
did the same thing to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. They made her hold on for dear life.
No. The difference is Ruth Bader Ginsburg wanted to be there. She wanted to be there.
Did she? She was literally dying.
She had her ass in the gym.
Encouraged her to leave, and she would not.
Yeah. Because remember, like she's been old for a while. Obama was president for 4 years. Niggas were like, "Hey, yo, it's time." And she was like, "No, I got this. I can last."
Well, no, because at the time where she started talking about retirement, she thought Hillary would win. That's the problem. And Hillary did not.
But what I'm saying is, she wanted it until she thought it was cool, and then she held on, and then she held the fuck on, and we appreciate her because the Supreme Court really don't do shit. We just found out. Okay.
Oh no, they do a lot.
They do a lot, but like, let's be honest.
Now that they have this good majority, they do a lot.
That's why the Republicans don't really give a fuck about the president. I'm convinced they're not worried about the presidency. They got the courts.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. The joke I'm trying to make is
it's not funny.
The joke I'm trying to make is these niggas. Look crazy.
On a very, very serious note, the most recent thing about all of this that's been circulating in my mind.
You a hater,
is the fact that what do you say?
He said I'm a hater. Look, he asked me to bring the heat today. Now he mad.
Now this is good. I like this. Keep shooting from the hip, nigga. Throw all the threes.
He's matching his energy, so we're not worried about that.
Nah.
You know, I keep thinking about the fact that Joseph Biden is older than my stepfather, who recently suffered from a stroke. Like, that's scary to me. I'm trying to imagine my stepdad being in charge of anything.
Yeah.
It's really like, it's sobering.
It's definitely a problem. How we keep letting old motherfuckers run this country.
I was just thinking,
to your point, Tete, earlier you were like, we need to exercise our right. I'll be honest with you. Voting is like literally that. It's like an exercise. It's great for maintaining what's already like there. But honestly, we're past exercising the right to vote. Like
somewhere in the atmosphere, Phil is just
we need something more.
Jumping for joy.
But honestly, though, people that would be fit for positions like that have too much common sense and too much self-preservation to actually go and join
and
politics.
Understand we weren't put on this earth to politic. We were put on this earth to
Exactly.
touch grass and look at the sun.
No, I mean, I think,
fucking eat berries.
I think, I mean, and some may disagree with me.
Not
but I think,
determine if that person
I
should have
think-
called
I
themselves
think the
a he
Obama
or
era
whatever. You know,
was the direction that this country should have been heading in. Like, he beat a more experienced, a relatively more on paper experienced politician in Hillary Clinton in the primary,
Bro.
and then he beat John McCain, who was more experienced,
Bro.
older. In that election, and he made the country better. Let's be honest. 8 years of Obama, this
Think
country
about it
did
this way.
progress, right? And he was not, ancient,
think about
and he had energy.
think about it this way.
He had swag.
Yeah, no,
The
he
country
was at the
agrees
end
with
of his
you
8 years.
because he won the popular vote. If we had just gone by the popular vote for the last few elections, we would have had to start off with that nigga that wanted to give us spaceships like Elon. We literally had Elon Musk, like the smart version, run. Al Gore. He would have won.
Oh, yeah.
If it was popular vote, he would have won. The hanging Chad shit, whatever. If it was popular vote, though, he still would have fucking won.
Well, okay.
Then we would have had what?
Al Gore been real quiet
Would've had
since he was
Hillary.
right about climate change.
After Obama.
He said, "I told y'all niggas."
No. Listen. Then we would have had Obama. Listen. Then we would have had Obama.
Right.
Then we would have had Hillary. And then then we would have had. Then we probably would have had Bernie. I'm gonna keep it bad because if we were going popular vote,
What are you talking about?
I'd go Bernie.
we go.
Bernie didn't get past the primary.
No, listen. I was about to say how we ended back up at Biden, right? But I just think in a universe where we had that succession of people. When we don't pick Joe Biden, you know what I'm
we
saying?
wouldn't have gotten a
like,
Biden, for sure.
yeah. Like if Al Gore had won,
Listen.
if Al Gore had won the presidency over Bush, we would have never been into a universe where Joe Biden was the president.
But listen,
Or Trump.
The people we would have picked over Joseph Biden is so fucking long.
Education would be such at a point that
Oh my
civics
God.
would still be in elementary school and high school that like
so
niggas would not be
embarrassing.
voting for fucking a sarcophagus.
no, but the election of Barack Obama is what thrusted us into where we are now. It was a vitriol, a very nasty reaction to a black man leading the country. And now you got the Tea Party, you got radical movements. People in the Republican Party wanted certain decorum to be followed again, and that's where candidates like Trump came in with the birther movement and things like that. So that's why we're here.
I mean,
essentially,
one of the
Barack
other reasons-
Obama being elected, even though he was great for the country,
It wasn't all
thrust
social.
us into a
Great
social-
for the country, and also too, we get back to this. We get back to this argument about great for the country in certain ways. Yes, things got better for certain people. Things stayed the same for a lot of people.
yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
We can get into semantics.
I think-
One of his largest policies, which did benefit a large group of people.
Remember, he was in a recession. He had to
Listen.
He had to,
Listen.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
not.
Okay, I just want you to
From a what you call it? From trying to be unbiased as possible. Because listen, that's my guy. Listen, that's my guy, bro.
No, play devil's advocate.
Any fucking video game that you can fight presidents, I'm fighting with Barack Obama every goddamn day.
Oh no, Bush Senior was.
Nah, pick Biden.
What you mean? What?
Shit.
It's Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, JFK in that order. Come on, we know this to be true. Now,
FDR.
and then Lincoln.
FDR.
'Cause,
FDR
come on.
had polio and still whooped that ass.
I mean, Lincoln
Whooped that
freed the
German
slaves.
ass.
Okay.
Four.
You not gonna ride for
Four
your
terms.
niggas?
Four
Four score?
terms.
And that nigga was like 6'7". What you talking about?
4
That was a
terms.
tall ass nigga.
Right.
All right, but long story short.
Sorry. We got.
Long story short,
sidetracked.
I got distracted. I actually don't even know what the fuck
That needs to be a video game.
I was
It's about
saying.
Obama.
Something about Obama?
You were saying Obama's
Oh,
policies.
yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Long story short, he wasn't able to enact some of the most socialist policies that I think if he was able to do it,
He did.
because Obama, the Affordable Care Act was neutered. Like, it literally was going to have a public option, right? Which, changes the healthcare game astronomically for every legal voting citizen of America, which I think
But he didn't neuter it.
I know, but listen, you know how into the political game you have to be to understand the complexities of the political game that went on during, after, and to this day when it talks about that legislation in particular.
Yeah.
But again, you and I work with a variety of people, see a variety of people, talk to a variety of people. We understand that it wasn't as social, or it wasn't as social as it intended to be, and because of that, I think people were able to let doubt creep into their mind, and then you can start believing all this vitriol and bullshit they play on the social level to tear the country apart, right? Because I'm gonna tell you right the fuck now. I don't give a fuck how racist you are, right? I don't give a fuck how much you hate black people, but if that nigga would have given you free healthcare and all you had to do was sign your name, and then he made the, and this wasn't a policy, but it was floated around, and then he made minimum wage $20 an hour. I don't give a fuck how much Fox News would have been like, they raised the deficit. Oh my God, it's that tan suit. It's a travesty to the honor of America. You know what I'm saying? And then let's also say he did something crazy, crazy like in the Afghanistan war. Now, just saying, he did all that. I think you would have had people been like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, fuck him. He put money in my pocket. My daughter, who was gonna have tuberculosis, a disease we don't see a lot because we live in this barren ass country of a fucking back road, can get health care. You know, my kids' diabetes medication is free. Like, it's like,
they would have been too deep in. Like, if
what are we talking about?
We saw it with the $16. We saw it with the $1,200 when every nigga got touched with money. It moved voting hands. I think what they did with Obama was because, yes, he did because again, this is a debate for political commentators I listen to, but I'm agreeing with you. If I'm trying to be as honest about how his presidency made me feel, it was a good presidency. It did good.
Great presidency
by all means, yes, right. But it wasn't a as far-reaching presidency as like.
You're wrong. You're wrong. And let me tell you why. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
This is why you're wrong. No. But let me tell you why he's wrong. Because number one.
I know. I'm spinning. I got some niggas who are in my corner like, yeah, that nigga ain't do shit for me.
No. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, these niggas are stupid.
So you might say the Affordable Care Act has been neutered. They put training wheels on it, whatever. But they have not been able to repeal it. No matter what they do. Yeah. And they have tried and tried and tried.
Yeah.
That has been Donald Trump's war cry to win the presidency. And he could not do it because it's ironclad.
That was his first go around. That's what he was trying to do.
He could not do it. Right? Secondly, this nigga was elected twice. 2 terms. He's a 2-term president. There's nothing more far-reaching than 8 years.
Oh my God.
No. Listen, the reason why this economy is solid, why your housing prices are going up right now, is because of the policies that Obama put in place. Far-reaching doesn't even begin to describe his presidency.
Okay.
Trust me, we are still.
You can stop selling me on the Obama presidency.
No, but you're saying it's not as far-reaching. I have a problem with that.
But I don't know why.
I disagree.
Because we're not talking about anything literal. We're talking about a feel, my nigga. Like, it's basically this.
A feel.
It's a feel.
Well, I'm talking ironclad concrete numbers, my friend.
If you don't own a house, how the fuck does that help you if the housing market is fine?
No. If you don't own a house, that's true. That's true. But at the time when the president was, when I was ready to buy a house and the economy was down, I was able to buy a house because of that nigga, right?
No, I got you, my
right?
G. I got you, my G.
But
you also are in a more educated population of the country. You have a job that allows you to function in parts of society.
But when the economy is great, and people who don't have houses, that is the way things go. There's nothing a president can do about that. The president is supposed to make the economy go forward. I can't buy a house for everybody.
I'm not disagreeing with you, nigga.
But I can give you hold on. I can give you affordable health care. I can tell healthcare companies, insurance companies, that they can't deny you because you have cancer. Right? No one can take that law away. There was a time, Jabari, that if I had cancer and I applied for insurance, they'd tell me no. Nigga, no, I'm not covering you. You got cancer. Now they cannot do that because of Barack Obama, bro. That's a big fucking deal. Healthcare worker.
I agree with you.
That's far-reaching.
But what I'm saying by far-reaching is not that it didn't, like, on the literal, like, yes, I'm agreeing with you. But what I'm saying is it didn't touch the hearts of every American in the same way that it touched you, my nigga. Like, it's just a plain fact. And I'm saying
No. The cancer thing that I mentioned doesn't affect me, but it affects lots of other people.
It might have touched their heart.
I think the problem thing is, the thing you're not saying is, he's done a lot of things that has touched a lot of different people. And no, not everybody could have bought a house. No, not everybody had cancer. But there are things in his policies that did affect everyone. And people may not see it or realize it, but I promise you it's there.
But what I'm saying is, on a much larger social scale, there's been things that have been asked for from a variety. 70% of Americans, gun control is one of them. A lot of different things. No, I'm just simply saying a lot of different things that.
Do you know that body cams are a Barack Obama thing? We have body cams now with the cops because of Barack Obama.
And I'm gonna keep it a band. Did that help out? Does that socially?
If
Does niggas like that, or do white people like that?
No. Let me tell you. Do niggas like that? Yes, we like that because now we're getting justice for these police shootings.
Who was it that
justice.
came out of the woodwork most likely and helped out the Trump presidency?
Who we wanted, or did we want them to not get shot in the first place?
Well, no. We didn't want them to get shot in the first place, but at least now there's justice and accountability. So now there's a balance to happen.
I'm basically trying to get us off the fact of that we both agree on the premise that the Barack Obama presidency was a good presidency, and then also there was a backlash from a segment of the population of America that we that a lot of people didn't foresee happening when they ran a similar to Obama but not black, a Hillary Clinton type candidate. She, like, on paper, was trying to say and all the same shit. She just wasn't as charismatic as enough.
No, she was a woman. That's it. That's the simple answer. That's the simple truth. America does not like women, period. You can say what you want, but that's the truth.
Them kids are fucking with Marianne Williamson. What I'm saying...
Where's she at? Is she running for president?
She's not running. She's not running for president.
I'm gonna vote for Elizabeth Warren.
Pause.
But she's not gonna win.
Pause. You ready for this? Elizabeth Warren is also a different type of candidate after she pulled that Pocahontas shit, so it threw off a lot of people socially. I'm trying to take you down a little merry-go-round.
I think you're making it more complicated than it is.
Not really, because again, Marianne Williamson, she's not going to be pushed. She's not going to be pushed by the DNC because she's a more progressive candidate, similar to a Bernie Sanders. The same way that they got a chokehold on him, even though there was a bubbling of grassroots progressive support, the same thing, or progressive support, the same thing that got Trump elected on the Republican side, that was bubbling on the Democratic side. The establishment arm, which includes Barack Obama, which includes Joseph Biden, which includes Hillary Clinton, which includes Elizabeth Warren, which includes all these people we've seen in politics for years. Like, they're standard Democrats. I'm not talking black, white. They hate her because she's a woman. A lot of people who were enamored by Barack Obama, right? Who thought he was a good president. Yes, voted for him again. They didn't, and then they see what's her name? What's their name?
Who, Hillary?
Hillary Clinton. They go, okay, more of the same. Yeah. But then you had a lot of people who were enamored by hope and change from Obama. And yes, we know he did a lot of good shit, but fundamentally for, again, like, not the middle class, the poor of America, which is like 70% of America, the niggas who are working at CVS, I don't say CVS, niggas who are working at McDonald's, Burger King, you know what I'm saying, for their entire lives, families are a family-owned convenience store. Like, the segment that's forgotten of America, the old manufacturer workers, the low-wage, they used to be high-wage but low-skilled job workers. That part of America, like, I believe, weren't touched in the way. Wow, that sounds so crazy. They didn't feel the presidency as they hoped they would, and Now, do I agree that they should have been wanting everything to be changed from that level? No, but I think that's a problem that comes with education. How much can the president actually do? But I do think if there had been possibly, like there were some, and there still are progressives in these same chambers of fucking Congress saying, hey, we got to do more structural things, like more blanket things, right? Remember how you did, like, you had candidates before talking about universal basic income. This shit touches all these Americans, like not the ones, not me, you, Quentin. Remember, we're talking the whole COVID pandemic, talking about this money going, shit, this is nice, but I don't need this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are the lucky, we're not the fucking extremely lucky who hit the lottery in America, but we're the segment of the American population that, like, really has no business talking about, like.
So how could he have better touched those populations you're talking about?
I'm just simply saying, if his Affordable Care Act had gone through, right, and it was a basic option, or it was a public option, so there wasn't all this hootenanny that came with the online servers to get on because they were going to be more ready for the entire population. Just come on, bring it on this bitch. There wouldn't be as much confusion. There still wouldn't be people saying, well, and it would have worked more intentionally in what it's doing to to combat drug prices and to combat what's it called provider scarcity and all this different bullshit. Like the public option was the thing. It's the government giving you a set price for health insurance. So now every other health insurance has something to compete to. No matter what lobbying happens, whatever bullshit, the government's setting a price, right? That's the idea. And everybody can buy into the price. I think again, me and Donna talked about this the other day, like minimum wage in most states, because it is statewide, but federal minimum wage, I think, is supposed to be maybe 12. I just Googled it the other day, something like that. I remember them having talks in 2018 that they said, based on the productivity, so what American companies produce, sell, and earn and profit, the minimum wage should be at least $20. In certain states, it's still $7.95.
Yeah.
So it's like, so I don't give a fuck what you're like, cool, this is all happening. But this is all, for a lot of Americans, all that went over their head. And then again, right, let's go with that same population who is more likely to like fight in wars. Let's just be honest. Like, not everybody's high school has military recruiters coming to it. Mine did, you know. We joke about me coming from the suburbs, but I come from the suburbs of King George, Virginia. That's one high school, that's one middle school, one elementary school,
right.
Class of 400 people. There was ITT Tech because I was a for-profit scam for a while, but like, and then there was the Marines, there was the Navy, and there was the Army.
Yeah,
they weren't sending these kids to Virginia Tech, like when you went to Tech and Jamie, like you already knew you were going there, and then the rest of it was like, oh shit, we got this nigga can play ball. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just simply saying, and this is from having talks again with some of the homies around here, Phil, who's been on the podcast, who is way more blow the whole shit up mindset, but like that comes from somewhere, and because I understand that for how much good the Democratic Party has done in contemporary history, and I'm not taking away from any of that, bro. Like I have, gained a lot, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, and I've also seen a lot. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, this nigga was bad, or no, this nigga. Third term, Obama. Oh, right here, right? But at the same time, and the current structure of what the Democratic Party is, and how that reading his books has changed the man that was started as a community organizer, like, nigga, I'm doing this, but then realizing what the structure of what he's working in is. It's kind of like why I can understand why he picked and chose the battles to fight, where to kind of lean a little bit and when to like put his foot down. Because again, let's do this. He did this all on the backs of being the first fucking half-black president. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, but like straight up. But like straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like all that to say, the same part of America that keeps feeling left behind and will do crazy shit, like say, I'm not racist, but I voted for Trump. That's the same population that just keeps forgetting, like that. I want to say the Democrats who are currently in power and have been in power now for 20, 30 years have forgotten about. But what we young generation who are doing well, you know, we can't forget about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like AOC from New York. Like, more people like that getting in and then remembering where they came from, which is what she's fucking doing. Like shit like she's doing with, she's trying to co-sign this bill with Matt Gaetz saying, fuck all the political shit, you know, working with a Republican who we on this podcast talked about kind of might have sexually groomed some young girl, but fuck it. If this nigga, you don't remember that? He 17-year-old crossed state lines, some weird shit. Long story short, they didn't want to throw him out of Congress. So what's this homegirl from New York going to do? Oh, you're the only Republican who wants to come up the aisle and get this bill passed through Congress, which is going to get money, or not money, but it's going to stop congressional candidates or congressional staff members like Nancy Pelosi from having individual stock accounts that they can trade, or their families that they have to put in the blind trust. Shit that like, shouldn't that just be standard? You know what I'm saying? It's like
the same way the CEOs can't do it at their companies, like insider trading almost.
It is insider trading. Yeah. They've put Nancy Pelosi's stock portfolio. Like, this has been a running joke now for about 5 years. If you put it next to the NASDAQ, it outperforms it for like the last fucking 5 years.
There's like sites that have tickers.
Computers don't do that
for,
shit.
Like Nancy Pelosi, and there's like Republicans, so like you can just follow their investments. And that's what they invest in online. Same time.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying is
Oh,
like,
no. Listen. There's money in politics. This is a capitalistic society. That's the problem. No. Listen. Hold on. Listen. You guys are talking on a podcast about running the country, and we don't understand the nuances and the challenges. This is a capitalistic society, and Barack Obama implemented a socialist policy in a capitalistic society. That's impossible.
Oh, yeah.
But he did it. Time out. No, you had your time.
I have my time, but I want to answer your points.
No.
We're both been
So,
diatribing. I feel like we both got the idea of what we want to say out.
I know, but what I'm saying is, you can't say, okay, well, we're gonna offer the public option, and that was offered if the actual, where you had to actually pay into the system, people like you and me who had insurance were paying into the system, that would have made it work. But it didn't work out that way, so we had to get, it was cut off by Trump. That's fine. But the thing is, you can't get rid of the insurance companies. You can't castrate the insurance companies because
No one said they wanted to.
because they actually make the economy go forth. They're big fucking players in the economy. Again, I don't want to say the word, but they're too big to fail.
That's actually okay. I'm not going to get into semantics of too big to fail because that's not true. In the Obama administration, it's different than insurance, but he bailed out the
Yes, because they were too big to fail.
The car companies,
Because
right?
they were too big to fail.
Because
And they
there's-
paid that all back.
Because there's an idea that they're too big to fail, but
It's not an idea.
No,
It's
no.
true because there's jobs tied into it.
There's
There's livelihoods
there's
tied into it.
There's jobs, livelihood tied into it, but certain parts of the economy do fail, and we let them fail.
Like what? Like what? Like the housing market? That's supposed to fail so that people can have a chance, like you're asking for, right? That's supposed to fail. But
I'm not going to strictly just say the housing market.
okay, give me an example of what fails.
We let certain communities and certain job areas do
Like
fail.
what?
I'm searching for the answer, my nigga. Like, chill.
Like the mining?
Banks can't fail.
Like the what
Major-
shit?
Mining?
I don't know.
That's old.
Not that.
Mining? No, because mining companies, mining's gonna be mining.
No, I mean like West Virginia, like
So
coal
when we
mining,
say
like,
so
that's just-
when we say jobs fail, okay, all right.
Not
so,
jobs. I'm talking major,
like
established
major
companies,
like
not
industries.
industries. I'm talking
major
companies.
No, because there is. I'm talking about one. I'm talking
If
about, I'm
Apple were to
talking
fail right now,
about
what
one
do you think would happen in
industry,
America?
which is the car industry,
No,
right?
if Apple were to fail right now.
Fuck it. We're talking about one industry, right? The car industry that he did bail out.
No. That's the problem. You're talking about the car industry. No, Saturn failed. That was okay because Saturn wasn't as big as GM or Ford, right? You cannot have these major, gigantic conglomerates fail because they are players in the economy.
But I get what you're saying, but at the idea, the question would be,
Obama literally saved the country with that move.
The question would be, where did we get to a point? Because we have let large multinational companies become conglomerates and come so connected to the country that if one does fail, it
fucks shit up.
it shows economic catastrophe,
Probably, yeah.
which is the same way why niggas had a huge scare with the bank crisis that just fucking happened. But what I'm simply saying is, if the government that is bailing out these independent, even though they are connected to our economy, they are traditionally talked about as independent entities that can.
But they're publicly traded.
Listen, hey, hold
But they're
up.
publicly traded.
What
That's the problem.
But what I'm simply saying is, right now you have money that each one of the Americans that I'm simply trying to illustrate, were forgotten about, paying into the country, being used to bail out these same corporations that you were saying, if they fail, it completely takes the global economy. These people who are voting and who not necessarily feel connected to the global
Obama
economy.
kept their jobs.
Certain people, because a lot of cars aren't even manufactured in America.
But a lot of them are. I mean,
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no.
And the ones that are manufactured in America are, getting paid American dollars, and they're making American money, and they're American jobs.
Again.
The airlines, he bailed them out too.
Again, yes, the airlines, he bailed them out. But at the same time, some of these fucking planes are falling into the water. So what I would say is this. What I would say,
you have to bail out the airline industry, but
but
those are some of
you have to bail out the you have to bail out the airline industry, whatever. But what I'm saying too is when you see large corporations like a JetBlue buy out a Spirit Airlines after Spirit fails, it's kind of like one of those monopoly questions where we're asking,
It's not a monopoly. It's not, because they're still American. They're still Delta. They're still United. They're still
for now. But we've seen in certain industries, just like what we're talking about, these individual companies, after a large time, get bought up, become one conglomerate system, and then you're like, if it fails,
and that's why there is a government that is far-reaching that will block any monopoly-making moves.
But it hasn't to this day.
What do you mean it hasn't to this day?
There's huge
No.
monopolies.
We can research all the blocked transactions that have come across. There was a point where they weren't going to let AT&T and HBO merge. Or no, not AT&T. AT&T and Time Warner. There was a time where they were not going to let them merge because they thought, wait a minute, that looks like a monopoly.
Wait, did they merge though?
They ended up merging, yes, but it's fine. But there was a time where there's been throughout history times where the government said, no, this will not be allowed. This is going to end up being a monopoly. But you can't call JetBlue buying fucking Spirit a monopoly. They're two airlines that nobody even likes. I mean, I like JetBlue, but nobody likes them.
Again, I don't give a shit. I'm simply going to tell you, for real. Like, we're in the weeds of it. And if you're simply telling me that there isn't a portion of America that is not being felt.
No, there is. But I think that they're wrong to feel that way. That's all I'm saying.
And what I'm saying is you can't say that.
Okay.
Like, that's simply all I'm saying. It's like,
I have the luxury of education and, a certain view of the world.
I don't give a shit. What I'm saying is this. I simply believe
he has definitely helped them.
The problem with politics at this day, the politics of today, is that I think too many people feel the way you feel who have power to change that. That's how I personally feel. I feel like a lot of people, especially who maybe were in the Obama circle, the Obama aides, all the way down to staffers, everybody who thinks what they're doing is the best way to keep America going, instead of looking at drastic ways that we could change to kind of bring in more of Americans under the same political system. That's all I'm saying. Like, drastic change. Now,
you undermine capitalism.
I do, because at the same time, I was watching one of the Flagrant podcasts, and they're talking about JFK, and one of the reasons why he was able to do the New Deal and a lot of different shit that was so out of the blue on socialists is because he himself came from a lot of fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe you need a charismatic, attractive young billionaire who, for some reason, is just fucking, what's the word? Like, it's just an empath. Like, he has a superpower, just empathy. Like, he walks across the street and goes, oh my God, you need universal basic income. Oh my God, free healthcare for everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Beast for president.
Exactly, right? So, I don't know. All I'm saying is we've done an hour on politics, and
that's what you wanted.
It really wasn't. I just got kind of frustrated that I feel like that one little dichotomy of opinion where you said, you said, I don't think they should feel that way. And I'm saying, but they feel that way, and that's a problem. Yeah. That was the whole thing. I agree. I don't feel that way either.
But what are we talking about, though? This is politics. No one's going to be happy with the policies. Everyone's going to feel left out.
But the minute
you start catering to that population, the other population is going to be left out. And they're going to vote a different way.
But would you agree, based on a certain economic class? Let's not say social class, because it didn't really matter the economic class. Niggas were happy about Obama. Okay, they were just happy. Okay, and I don't blame them.
That's true.
Okay,
that's true.
But social class wise, there is one portion of America, which has been a growing proportion of America since I've been able to fucking understand that I'm a fully functional human being on this world, has been getting larger. You know what I'm just saying? More people are broke every year. More people go broke, and more people stay broke. The conditions, I think, simply by looking to, because again, looking at this area as well, right? It's new houses are being built. Certain populations are moving in. Shit's still going the same. Now, let's get into a music break. and then let's get into something more. No, goddamn. You know what was crazy? I really wanted to talk about body dysmorphia for our health
Body dysmorphia
topic of the day, because these niggas are wilding, and also we got to give some RIPs.
Donica, where you at? You still here?
You probably sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not asleep. Y'all was just running your mouth.
Shit.
I was like,
Fair.
this is going nowhere.
Fair.
Fuck.
It's funny because y'all agreed.
That's what I was fucking saying.
Nah.
Thank you.
We didn't agree.
I was gonna push the envelope a little bit more, and I was gonna say Obama had the luxury of being one of the only presidents that had, if I'm not mistaken, after his first term, or during his first term,
for 2 years, only for 2 years.
Oh shit!
Don't say it, but I know what you're gonna say.
know what I'm gonna say.
But he only had it for 2 years.
And I'll say this: that would have been a perfect time, because let's be real, the American government, you have a lot of great minds that are able to produce some systems or whatever that would have been able to make this public option viable.
Right.
And I think it could have been introduced to where it's just cutting into the private industry, and then maybe it grows over time. But having Congress on your side,
the whole of Congress,
is
it's absolutely true.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm thinking. Like, wow, like if you did want to go more progressive, look at our European counterparts.
He had the whole of Congress.
Yeah, get in his ass.
No, European counterparts. Okay.
Yeah.
Pause.
Like what?
And I'm talking about healthcare
with half the population?
because y'all were on healthcare.
Yeah.
With
that would have been a great way to
I'm just out here advocating for the policy he introduced that first.
No. I mean,
but he did other shit too.
And then when the policy didn't do what it was intended to fucking do.
Go ask your British counterparts how much of their check goes to these policies. Jabari, you're a travel nurse. You're all about the money.
No, we talked about it.
Let them take half your check.
I talked about it.
No, but let them take half your check.
If you're a cancer patient, imagine what you're paying out of pocket, like with insurance.
Because we know, because how many
fucking
fucking healthcare providers have you seen? Not doctors, let's just be honest. No. Who in that bed? I was a nurse.
But I do think there was still.
You can't afford better shit than this.
How many citizens in England are?
How many
citizens in England have aspirations to own this home and then go buy 2 more to be real estate moguls? Tell them, Jabari. None of them. You know why? Because the government provides their housing.
How many Nigerians come over to America to become real estate providers? What is wrong with you, bro?
What do you mean? How many Nigerians?
What is wrong, bro? You know what you sound like?
Wait. How many Nigerians?
You fucking sound like?
No. Stop. Before you play some stupid sound effect. Stop. No. Before you play some stupid sound effect.
You sound like a fucking snitch.
How am I a snitch? No.
Why you snitch on these niggas getting their money up?
No, I'm just saying. That's the thing. This is why America is America. It's a capitalistic society. You cut me off with some dumb ass.
No, I'm just saying. We capitalistic society. So you bump. No. We capitalists. We capitalists, right?
Yeah.
So I guess
between me and you.
No.
For real.
No. Listen.
The difference between me and you is for real is 8 years. That's it. Yeah. Run that back. The difference between me and you is 8 years.
These older millennials be like, nigga, I was there. I was there when the towers fell.
I couldn't vote for Obama either time.
I voted for Obama both times.
Yeah. So.
Oh wait, how old are you?
I'm 27. I turned 18 in November, but the end of November.
Did I just lie?
During his second election.
Did I just lie?
You lied a lot
in the second one.
on this podcast.
Yeah.
False information.
Because it was 08 and then 12.
So you didn't vote for him the first time.
All right.
So you didn't vote for him the first time.
All right. Let's get out the fucking politics of the matter and let's get into the politics of the motherfucking streets, nigga. Something fucking fun for once. Have y'all listened to this shit? Are we rocking? Are we jacking this?
Yeah, let's play it. This is Gunna, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we should play it on the fucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? This won't be our sound break. I'm just saying, do we rock with niggas that be snitching?
I don't follow any particular street code because I'm not a street nigga, so
damn sure not. Hey,
yeah,
he wanted to get home.
I'm indifferent.
Let the nigga come home.
And Jabari, I think you illustrated it best with one of your podcasts. You did like a fake scenario about how like his lawyer was talking to him, and this nigga's not really about the streets. And
nigga, did you listen to the song? That's what he basically said.
Oh shit.
Nah, for real.
I thought you were talking about Lil Baby on this.
Oh damn.
I mean, well, wait for it. It's coming up. Oh, he says it somewhere here. It's somewhere here. He says exactly what I was saying. All right, here we go. Here we go. I don't fucking know. Who the fuck is nigga saying? Well, long story short.
If niggas listen to R. Kelly, you can listen to Gunna Brown.
That's what, hey. Stop taking all my points before I fucking
I don't listen to R. Kelly. And I do not endorse anyone listening to him.
I definitely will still.
But some of y'all are still listening to R. Kelly.
Yeah, shame on you.
Listen to Gunna.
Oh, shit. R. Kelly ain't doing it. What?
What you say?
I'm just kidding. I had to get some Devontae energy.
Yeah, R. Kelly, Javonte's still gonna listen.
No, man.
Oh my god. These fucking allergies are killing me. But like, long story short, like this nigga literally in the track said he was tricked by his lawyer. I'm trying to find the.
Shit.
No, he said that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I would have rather him say nothing.
I'm not even
Hold on.
But by your lawyer?
Yeah, that's your lawyer, nigga.
Yeah, hold on.
I know they be you be getting tricked during this time.
His lawyer,
usually it's the
look.
cops.
You're right. Or the other prosecution.
Yeah.
Nah, this shit crazy. This shit's crazy. Hold up. Alright, here we go. Here's what he says. He goes.
Jesus.
Never gave no statement or agree to take no stand on him. On whatever you niggas on, and trust me, I'ma stand on it. Lawyers and the DA did some sneaky shit. I fell for it. On my P's and Q's because this time I be prepared for it. Nigga, nobody's bringing you back to the trap. It's over, nigga. It's over for that shit. This shit hot though.
But I thought
The beat, the
I
production
thought King
style.
Slime was promoting his album. Right?
You mean when somebody in the management team accidentally posted the album, Doug called an hour, like as quickly as a nigga can get some information in a jail cell. It's like, get that fucking rat shit off my IG, and it was gone.
Damn. I was just hoping for the
Did you listen to the
best.
whole album though?
Oh, what?
It was a whole album, right? Or just
No,
the
this
track?
is a song.
Oh,
You think this nigga was that crazy to drop out for a whole album?
I thought he dropped the whole album.
No,
thought he
he
did too,
is dipping his foot in the water and be like, "Do niggas still like me, bro? Because these rich niggas don't fuck with me no more."
It's a video of niggas in the club and their song played. And
Listen,
niggas
I was just listening to some shit about that. I'm gonna steal their take because it's how I feel too. First and foremost, this isn't a club song.
No,
This isn't a club song, especially not right now. This is like
it's maybe a little lounge.
this is like right. Secondly, I got to see what the club looks like before the song came on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if the club was fucking jumping, you know what I'm saying?
And then it just stopped.
And then it just stopped, I'd have been like, oh, that's a bad look. That's a bad look. But right now, it's just like a situation with snitching. He's got plausible shiftiness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, deniability. Yeah, like nigga.
Damn.
I mean, what was the alternative for him? Sit in jail, which he clearly, you know.
I feel like a lot of niggas would just snitch anyway, bro.
I mean, fuck a lot of niggas. It's one of those things where it's kind of like niggas really were like, do you think this nigga did anything? Do you think this nigga was gonna sit in jail? This nigga is Nigerian. I'm pretty sure he's first generation.
Is he Nigerian for real?
I'm saying no, but
Why you gotta say that as his reason for
I gotta look it up.
I'm just saying he got no business
not
doing.
being-
Listen, he got no business doing crime.
that doesn't convince me as a West African. Because no offense to any Nigerians on the pod.
You over here with these blacks.
I'm just saying.
Move on to things that actually matter.
Want to do the hippity hop? We spent an hour on some shit that actually fucking mattered. I want to.
Realistic political debate of nothingness.
Wow, Donica, that's rude.
Relevant.
I put my heart and soul into that one.
The music.
Clearly, he emptied the whole clip. He emptied the whole clip in that debate. I was like, nigga, what is this?
Elaborate all of your energy to that.
I'm sorry.
This the one. He felt this shit.
Nah, listen.
I'm just, Doctor got me joking. I'm just telling him, don't do it.
Don't start.
Don't start that shit. Don't start that shit again. Oh man.
Mile one, my guy. Like,
Mile one. Hey, listen, I got plenty of energy. Okay?
No, but all right, Donnie, tell us what the baddies. What are the Thotianas saying? Are we fucking with Gunna?
fuck you. I resent that statement. Because I will never identify, nor do I associate with anyone who would openly identify as a part of that group. So
If you were in the room, I would tell you right now, 3 of your homegirls, I wouldn't say their names,
Nope.
but I would get you to call them on the pod
Whoop.
and just, in my best, get them to say, hey, you a baddie, you a Tatiana, just say it real quick. They might laugh, they might feel a little awkward, but one of them's going to say it.
They definitely say they're a baddie.
Yeah,
Quick.
exactly, right? Yeah.
But I'm glad you said that because I have thoughts about that. I think that is just the newest term that the males have come up with for females with no personality.
Ooh.
It's your way of controlling women
Ooh.
and molding them into a certain archetype that doesn't use their brain, but only uses their body to respect the male gaze.
God.
Wait, I'm kind of confused. Who we shooting at right now?
You, nigga? Me? Yeah, nigga, you just got sniped.
Hey,
What?
Calling women baddies.
That was a headshot.
I don't even call women baddies.
Okay.
Did I just call women baddies? I call them
You
shotties.
said, hey.
Tatiana's
What are the baddies talking about? What are the Tatianas? You said baddies, Tatianas.
First off, fuck you guys. This is not 2017. Clearly that wasn't being honest when I was asking where the thoughties. If I was saying that,
yeah, Thoughties was definitely.
what are them young tenderonis saying in the streets?
Yeah, where'd you get that Gunna was Nigerian?
Nigga, I was just talking shit.
That nigga's American. No, don't be associating West Africans with this kind of thing.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to start the whole foundational Black American versus all the other Black American debate.
No. I don't
We
want
can
to
have
start
that
that.
one. We got two.
No, I don't want to start that. But I just wanted to make sure we
Y'all
were clear
niggas,
that he's
y'all
not
niggas want to
African.
be, y'all niggas want to be considered niggas until.
Let me give you. Jabari did ask for an update on what the girls have been up to, and
Okay.
this kind of has to do with the topic that Jabari actually wanted to
No,
talk about.
it was just about Gunna. It was just
but
about Gunna.
really-
Just about Gunna.
Let her continue.
Is he interrupting me again?
No, go ahead, Donica. We're listening.
Because that would be such a male thing for you to do.
Barely.
Anyway, what have the girls been up to? Well, there's different subsects of the girls, but I think there's the girls that get it, and those are the only ones that we care about. And the rest of y'all girls just gotta get on board, because the girls that get it, don't really matter what group we're in. We all just get it. And most of those girls, let's see, they're probably avoiding their emotions.
Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. I ain't gonna let you go. I'm a mansplain for all y'all niggas listening right now, because there's 2 niggas in the room who don't get what she's talking about. I was just asking her what.
Oh, y'all didn't get it?
No, Donica, I'm here with you.
Please translate.
I'm here with you, girl. I'm right here with you.
Okay.
Are we talking about Gunna still? That's what I'm saying. Are we still talking about Gunnas? Are Gunnas?
Roughly related to.
We're moved on.
Okay.
And now we're just kind of specifically talking about baddies, thoughties, and the girls who use those terms, and the girls who don't use those terms.
Nigga, you're loud and wrong.
No, hold on. No, we're back. I'm gonna reel it in. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like the categories women put themselves in, and which one they ascribe to and what they don't ascribe to. The girls who ascribe to them and get it. The girls who ascribe to them but don't get it, don't fucking get it. You ever met a shawty who's like a bad? No, okay, pause. No, hold on. 'Cause you from a different generation. No, hold on. This is
We're
key.
the same generation.
Bro.
I'm just in the upper shelf.
I didn't mean it like that.
But I'm a top shelf millennial. Yes.
No. I
Top shelf millennial.
What I basically meant was, I'm not even really of that generation. Donica is really not even of the generation. Quentin is like on the cusp of that generation. But there's a whole generation.
You're younger than me.
What?
Continue.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't make a difference other than that, because me and you, we weren't born into it. We were old when it like became apparent, right?
I still don't know what's
When
going
what
on.
became apparent?
What I'm thinking of is the idea of what like.
He doesn't even know what we're talking about.
What I'm saying is like the category. So like the category is certain based on like appearance and like what they ascribe to about what women do. Like so like the whole social media baddie or whatever you want to call it versus like what that used to be like. So okay, why I'm saying Tete, why you might not understand this, because you didn't grow up in high school with social media. You didn't grow up in college with social media.
I had
like,
MySpace. And in college, I had Facebook. That's social. I had these social media.
Yeah.
I had the original social media.
Where you stop explaining everybody's experience for them.
Yeah. Like
MySpace was.
What I meant by the girls like
That was in middle school.
That's different though.
it's social media.
No, but social media is back.
But was that what Doechii was talking about before?
No, Doechii, I'm sorry.
Honestly, Doechii, I was trying to help you out because they didn't know what you were talking about. I thought I knew what you were talking about, but I guess I didn't either. So yeah.
We're all confused.
No, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it bad. I'm confused. I'm a little. What we talking about? What you trying to say?
So he asked what the girls is about. Are we all on the same page on who?
I didn't ask what the girls were about in general. I'm asking about what the girls thought about Gunna.
Oh.
Yeah, see? Look, I ain't trying to turn this into no girl talk episode. Like, what the fuck? This is the bullshit for your health podcast. If we gonna dip into any...
Is this for niggas only?
No, but what I'm gonna say is we gonna remember our roots, and our roots are misogyny. Okay?
I don't subscribe to that ideology. I don't subscribe to that ideology. For anyone listening to the pod.
Misogyny?
Oh my God.
Why would any of us be on this podcast besides you?
Facts.
Okay.
He's not misogynistic though. He just be acting like
But it's
that.
fun to be.
No, that's cool. It's cool. Tete being...
He the most soft.
Tete being the one. Tete being the one. It's cool.
But
It's
not
cool.
about being a misogynist has nothing to do with whether you're soft or not, though.
Let's not. Oh, that's a good topic. That's a good topic.
But he's not
expand
misogynistic,
on that, Doechii. 'Cause we don't have to talk about girl talk in the same way, but let's shit on niggas.
Misogynistic tendencies.
All men
He was
do.
raised by a white man.
Damn.
See, that don't even make sense. Like you're talking, wait, so niggas can't be misogynistic? Like it's like, wait, what? No, but I get it, Doechii. Black men don't cheat. Keep going.
Facts.
Like,
Black men don't cheat. Emphasis. The niggas that be saying it loudest.
Yeah. It be the ones. Those be the ones you gotta watch out for.
Just kidding.
No, I mean it's a whole I'm not here to talk generalizations that aren't funny. So,
God.
long story short, do women
no,
do?
the answer to your question is don't nobody give a fuck about what's going on with Gunna. Like honestly, the girls have bigger fish to fry. Like
Trey Songz.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
no,
y'all.
he's been canceled.
Get that nigga out of here.
He's been out of here. Like
Chris Brown ain't punched nobody.
Still on Trey Songz.
In a while.
Chris Brown is just like he's like
Yeah,
the
the
uncle,
Usher
that
thing?
problematic uncle that you know.
What?
Oh yeah, he bought Usher.
Oh yeah,
But
Usher
was it actually
and
like-
Chris Brown fighting. Y'all just in
Was it
disarray.
actually a fight? Because Usher looked fine the next day.
Why
Like-
are you pointing out men's beef and telling women that we're in a disarray?
No, I'm just making jokes.
We're making the world a safer space for women by getting rid of these
Yeah,
destructive
me
ass
funny.
men.
Don't make us do Logan Paul did to his third.
I mean, but for real though, we do have a woman's perspective on the pod. Finally, we should talk about some sort of women's issue.
Okay, yeah, no. I mean, if we want to get seriously into like,
Yeah, I mean, if everybody else gives a shit, sure.
I mean, I give a shit. I know Jabari gives a shit.
I was mocking Jabari.
Oh, always.
I'm sorry.
yeah, go
He
ahead.
be acting like he don't, but he.
What are women in
niggas
disarray
a lover.
about if it's not Gunna? Because niggas are clearly in disarray about Gunna. They don't know what to do.
Honestly, we should talk about how that's probably an issue. And it has a lot to do with what the women are worried about. At least what the black women are worried about.
Yeah, if you
Black
could,
women are
if
worried
you could,
about the society being male dominated and y'all not growing with the times, to be honest.
bro. I'm keeping it banned. This is a
We
good.
talking about y'all. We talking about the general black
No, but like,
Negro.
why are we still dealing like? Okay, I'm keeping it banned though. Like,
Because you're talking about Gunna. It's really... Okay, let me, before Jabari dives into this point that he's done every single time I've ever tried to bring up anything that could seemingly be critical of a black man, he's like, who is y'all? Because then he's going to pull out his receipts on how a majority of black men are married to black women, and blah, blah, blah. And he's missing the point, which is this one piece that applies to a good chunk of people. And, you know, if you don't want to listen to me, you can even ask for, you know, misogynist purposes to validate what I'm saying. The other black men in the room. Is this a new thing that I'm saying? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Please continue your point. I'm
no, that they speak for no. Like what? Like
That's what they speak for no.
she just asked. Y'all know what I'm talking about? This is I mean, please elaborate further. Like when you ask the question, when the teacher's like, "Hey, answer the question. Can you give it to me in a
know how to be
sentence?"
politicians, okay? I'm just saying. That's why I said 8 years.
No, but like so basically
You're gonna run for office in 8 years?
all I'm asking Doechii is like
I would be ousted.
all I'm asking
By my past.
is the question I'm asking, which is interesting, and I want to get your perspective on this because clearly you're saying this is a question that the girls are talking about. What I find interesting is like I feel like in today's current social media landscape, the only niggas who are really like there's two segments of podcasting type niggas who are having relationship conversations, right? There's a side that are having maybe three sides because there's the older side that's having genuine, conversations about it. But I'm gonna be honest, like I personally am not tapped into that realm because I'm not necessarily feeling like I'm having those types of questions in my life. You know what I'm saying? And then also the most I get from that is like, oh, you see, quote unquote, what's that Derek nigga we were talking about? Like,
Oh, Derek Jackson.
yeah, no. The most I'll see is like men who are trying to genuinely have this conversation sometimes get found out to not be genuinely practicing that in life. Then you have the older generation who are having a disingenuous conversation about this, right? Those are the red pill niggas who are out here, high value man, women should cook you 3 meals a day and have a fucking 6-pack abs and bear 3 of your children and suck you off every night, right? And that same way goes for disingenuous females on that side of the spectrum who are also on the red pill community. And then there's like the younger generation who I don't really put to be genuine or disingenuous because as a 29-year-old man at this point, I'm not really listening to what a 22-year-old got to say about relationships. Like, I'm just keeping it in the band, you know what I'm saying? So is this like inundated in your social media feed? Is this something that just, general conversation like you and the homegirls get together and talk about? Is this seem to be like on both, like just a general larger question? Because the most recent thing that I think got me tapped into this would be the Ebony K. Williams debate where she was like, I can't date a bus driver. And then Dr. Umar Johnson came in and was like, "You an elitist."
A long time to make your point. So, the answer to your question is not. It's not based off of. First of all, I'm not even a podcast listener. Like, I don't even listen to this podcast. I mean, I try. Sometimes I'll put it on, but as evidenced by the first hour, it'd be a lot.
Golly.
So, that being said,
That was promotional.
Right. No, what the fuck we're doing here? This shit was trash. I mean, the product is not good, guys.
I mean, it's been an hour and 17 minutes.
Personally, I wouldn't even do this if I got paid.
Right now, 3-second reels. Like, people don't have the attention span to listen to anything that's this long ever.
I know some avid listeners.
Okay.
Let's stay on track. Make your point.
The point is, it's not a podcast thing. It's not even necessarily a social media thing because I think at this point your social media is curated by like what your algorithm is, right? So like if relationships isn't a thing that comes up in conversation, then it's not going to show up on your algorithm. That being said, though, I think it is like a staple part of everyone's conversations, men, women, and across age groups, like relationship period, and then relationships, like in the context that I'm talking about them right now, are like a common thing that you talk about when you see someone, catch up with them, link, whatever. So yeah, of course women talk about it because it's like the age-old thing that you talk about and gossip about or whatever, but so do men with each other, and so do women and men that are friends. Like, there isn't a single time that, we're not going to at least broach the subject. That being said, I think it's really, again, what are the subsect of Black women and the group that I would consider, like age group and demographic group that I would be considered, age and other demographics, I should say, group that I would be considered to be part of conversation. And that answers what you were asking.
Okay, so then I have a follow-up question.
Yeah, I knew you would if I paused.
What is the question? Like, what is the question that you want us to answer?
So the question, the initial point that I was making was when you were talking about the boys are talking about Gunna and the girls aren't. So like, what y'all talking about? And I had said, yeah. So about the fact that like niggas are only concerned with Gunna, like that's something that I was making light of, essentially saying that you, in the context of relationships, whenever like I talk to my girlfriends, is really, you get to a certain point in your like life and your dating where you're not like, it's not like, oh, he did this, and this, and insert like dramatic random occurrences. To me, it's more like a personality or like a lifestyle thing, right? Like, everyone follow what I'm saying because I can't see you.
We are avidly listening to your point.
But you understand.
we are.
Understand where I'm at? Like if you're like,
No, so okay, my question, my question is this, Donica. So it's like, no, hold on. My question is this. My question is this, and I'm gonna crack my second beer. You're saying the girls' conversation is all niggas talk about is Gunna, and I'm guessing. Or I don't want to assume, but I'm
literally talking about.
Yes,
that.
okay.
It's like niggas be worried about random shit.
As opposed to what? That's the question that I gotta say. And I think that niggas, people, brother. No, it's like
the liberation of our people.
Like that be the thing.
The state of the black woman.
Why are you not worried about them?
That's what I'm saying. Like niggas be more worried about Gunna. They're in the club talking to each other.
Then about they.
Okay, but Donica, that's a nigga thing. Like we gonna talk about basketball. We gonna talk about.
Fuck that. Hold on.
We just.
Fuck that. That's the zero.
Here.
All the time because in the.
Well, Donica,
if you know Jabari, you know he's always around women, and he.
I mean, shit. When you got like that, niggas, you got like that. You heard it.
Look, niggas care about Gunna, and the women care about Krishan.
No, stop.
That's it.
No, because this is a very pause. This is a very interesting conversation. Because to me, I'm just kind of like, so are we talking about a general like lack of community?
Is there care about?
No. Because literally, it's kind of like, okay. We're gonna go down the trails of my fucking thoughts. Are we talking about, hey, this is what my nigga, this is what my partner is interested in, and it doesn't interest me, and this is all my partner talks about? When, okay, my next question as a proverbial relationship therapist would be, so why are you upset that he wants to talk about this? Is it because you're trying to engage in a more constructive conversation at this time? Like, hey, you're coming in talking about, hey, I feel like, we're lacking intimacy. I wish you'd be more present when we like watch a movie. I want you to
understand that you've already gone way too far into this, because in this scenario that you're talking about, a man and a woman have communicated far enough to be in this some sort of relationship.
Yeah, okay. Great.
Like, that's not
Pen
even
it.
what I'm
Great. Pen it. What I'm saying is, so if we're talking about surface level conversations, and you're just, every time you meet a nigga, he's talking about some bullshit like Gunna or whatever. Pick a different nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like
that. You're being literal though. You think I'm being like, oh, niggas only care about Gunna? Like,
no, I'm being general. If you keep
niggas in general, like majority of niggas in general, like do not give a fuck about much, to the point where it's like, okay, for example, if you ask me, oh, what about homeboy from the corner? Whatever, insert whatever you want to insert there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, this and this happened. Majority of the girls' conversations when it comes to that is like, nigga didn't do anything, or he proceeded this way and moved a completely different way in real life, or whatever. And it's like, it's really just the understanding that like a lot of men aren't really intentional about anything. And it goes even to what I was saying about the women being bad. It's just like, it's like a fucking personality thing. It's like you go smack at women because that's what you're supposed to do. Or like you talk about certain things and you express a certain amount of interest because that's how you feel like you're going to have to get with someone. It's like you really just don't care about anything.
Oh.
You're as surface level as only giving a fuck about Gunna. It's all well and good to have your surface level conversations about everything because that's normal, that's life. But it's the lack of substance on both sides that's really what
niggas
I associate with have been talking about.
Gotcha. So niggas being superficial, what y'all are talking about?
Just on everything. It's like you give a fuck about Gunna and whether whether she looks like whatever newest copy and paste model there is.
So like we're not niggas in general. Again, not these niggas here because we're talking about some deep issues. I feel like
this conversation about me. Good question.
But I'm just saying. I think what you're saying is like niggas are very superficial. We're not deep enough. We don't delve into issues about our culture, our race, how things are affecting us personally, therapy. We don't talk about none of that shit.
Okay, wait.
And like my point in that, he's like, stop, you're giving me too much. My point in that is like also everything you said, but it's also the fact that like as we like as a society and like grow more into like talking about things like therapy and talking about our feelings and emotions, like that becomes more normalized. It has always been more accepted for women, but it's becoming more normalized in general. Mm-hmm. But there's still that like lag for like the average man to like get on board with the fact that like these are the times, like emotions not being something that are just inconvenient to you, or even if something as simple as like, okay, altruism, like, and not even, is that the right word? I hope that's the right word. But caring about anything besides yourself, you know what I mean? Like that's like becoming more and more. And somebody was talking about this earlier when we were talking about music, and it's like you listen to the words that you're like vibing to, you're like, what is this right now? Like it's that same concept. It's like how much do you really give a fuck about what's happening with Gunna? Is it fun to talk about? For sure, but like at the end of the day, that shit doesn't really matter, right? But it's like that on a more constant
I see what she's saying.
basis.
I disagree.
Like, there is no variation.
I see what you're saying.
I disagree, and I agree, so I disagree, and I agree with 2 points. I agree with some points, right? So to go back to I think the overall arching conversation, why are men at this point, generalizing men, do not have the functional emotional capabilities to really express themselves? I think that has a lot to do with just how society has gone in certain ways, where like, a lot of the women empowerment movement has focused on giving women the ability to do and be as masculine as they wish to be, whether that be in their trade, whether that be in their relationships, whether that be in just rights, you know what I'm saying? Like dead ass. Whereas men, because the starting position has been quote unquote from the top, there was never a movement until now, which is really not a movement of trying to understand and conform. It's more of like a confusion and just quite panic, really, of the changing of the landscape, of the dating landscape and emotional landscape. Like you see women in today's time are more able to easily adopt just traditional masculine roles, right? And whether that's in your emotional relationship or in your physical day-to-day life. But because like men do those things, which quote unquote are functional for what you need to do to survive in today's society, you don't need a relationship to survive in quote unquote real day-to-day life, right? Now you need to be a fully actualized human being, but you don't need it for your like day-to-day survival. So I think we're right now at a precipice where you see the red pill community. You see, the red pill community in specific, but like men are starting to have these conversations, whether they be looking for the right sources, the incorrect sources. Like this conversation has been had. Like, hey, why can I not connect with women? Why can I not foster relationships and nurture relationships? Like, what am I lacking? And I think that is starting to happen. Unfortunately, it wasn't a necessity for men to survive in American society and have these capabilities, right? But that didn't mean no man has them based off your upbringing, based off of your career choice. I mean, me and Tete are going to be better at talking to women just based off the fact that we work with women. You know what I'm saying? Same sort of career. Tete had a good father that loved him and probably showed him that it's okay to cry, so it's kind of like, there you go. It's just one of those. It's just one of those.
He was
things.
African. Disclaimer.
It's just one of those things where like unfortunately for like, I think society, because just as you have, what do you call it? Negative players in the male community, in the male talk space, who are telling niggas the wrong information as they try to struggle through this new dating landscape. You have women like the Ebony K. Williams, in my opinion, who, even if it's not intentional, Ebony K. Williams, she's the woman who said, I can't date the bus driver, I make this much amount of money. She's the type of woman who I think is misguided on the opposite end, because I would simply say what conversation that I think women are probably going to start having is, and I think already has been having, is like the changing of the roles and being okay with those roles, right? Because like right now it's kind of like, I think the question is, why can't a man be more emotionally available? Where it's like, well, let's think about it too. It's like the man that's probably more emotionally available at this date and time is going to be the man working a career that probably he was drawn to because he's more emotionally available, or was made more emotionally available by the job, right? I'm just simply saying, like, let's just go the teacher, for example. Yeah. A nigga who fucking teaches a 4th grade classroom, I would think, would be a little bit more in tune with his emotional side. Not saying he's gonna be completely perfect, then whatever. But then let's get into what happens when the nigga's a 4th grade teacher.
Pause.
Go ahead.
You made a point about the changing of roles and how, and like the misinformation that's out there. I think like one of the things that I always think about is that in a world where women have more ability and capacity to do things that were traditionally reserved for men, and are able to do that while seemingly still balancing like the role of being the traditional role of being a woman or a wife, I think the more resentful I think they become. Like, and really it's interesting because the other thing that I feel like is happening is like, especially in, again, talking for the community that I'm part of and or would be associated with, and like a lot of Black women are talking about the fact that like, no, we did too much. Like in the context that like, you know, either women are getting to a place in their careers where they're like, I actually just kept like striving for no reason, and like now I'm being forced to choose between this or like choosing this traditional woman role, or like having the capacity and the time to date or what, or, you know, have a child or be at home with your kid or whatever. That's another like interesting conversation that's happening. But I think ultimately all of those things go back to that underlying piece of like, women are having these conversations at like every age group almost, whether they're married, single, or otherwise, and seeming to like make shifts. And I just don't see or hear like men do it. Like, I guess I should be asking and using this as an opportunity to be like, are men doing the same thing, or like, are they?
Of course, and that's
are they feeling like? Do you get to a certain age where you're like, actually, I need to be about some shit and not like?
No, I mean, it's one of those things where like, and this is why like I hate the generalizations in these conversations. Because again, it's what I'm telling you. It's like there are so many people in this country. There are so many people in the dating population, but based off of our own preferences, we cut off a large portion of that. To go back into what's happening, like this is of course being a conversation that's happening in male landscapes. It just looks different, right? It's a little bit more raw, and it's literally, you have a huge proportion of young heterosexual young men who are virgins later and later into their years, who have never experienced, no, for real, these are studies coming out, that niggas are virgins longer, they don't have relationships, more males are reporting.
Get married?
What?
Oh, sorry, I was saying choosing not to get married.
Not choosing not to get married, feeling like they can't find a partner. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta also understand too, like again, in my opinion, we've pushed so hard for women to get to a point of equity, not just equality. We're still not there yet, but we're pushing for it. When you have these large swaths of change in social culture like we've seen, both sides are going to be confused at where this places them, you know? not to mention, we are still in a sexual expansion age of understanding what sexuality is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got people right now who like it's all confusing. Everybody's having conversations. I think the reason why I think what needs to happen is less of a concern with are they doing what they need to be doing. And am I striving to be the most whole version of me, right? Because again, like, just as much as I can agree with you and say, niggas got problems, right? But I can also attribute, and to go back to your other comment about why do niggas give a fuck about Gunna? Gunna don't mean shit. For, especially in the black community, that does mean a lot of shit. You know, simply off the fact of what does snitching mean to the community? What does snitching mean to people based not just in a community that like has a lot of crime, but has some sort of crime? Because, you know, I mean, right now, like let's say Richmond. Yeah. Like, you might not be a Blood or Crip because you don't have Bloods or Crips out here, but you have wards out here. You know, you have that gang culture out here. Why does this matter? Because maybe I'm no longer a part of that community, but my family still lives in this community. Like, this is culture. Like, and so one of the things that I would be questioning, it'd be like, if you are a woman who truly feels like, yo, why the fuck does this nigga keep talking about Gunna? And I don't know why he's talking about Gunna. I would question, then why are you so pressed on liking this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, being comfortable and okay in what your preferences push you towards, and then also understanding though what that looks like in the current dating marketplace. Because again, like, this relationships aren't easy. We all know this, but right now women are in a very difficult. Is that some sirens outside? No, that's my thing. Are in my view a very precarious place, because as you said, right now there's a lot of women who are maybe not wholeheartedly second guessing their choices, because I think striving to do what your heart was set on soul to do was always filling. But there are women, just like men, who got caught up in this rat race of capitalism, who achieved, and if they were honest with themselves, not because this is what I really wanted to do, but because this is what I was told I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? And that leaves you in a place just like niggas, and I would say particularly men in particular, who have been dealing with this existentialist idea of what it means to be like a breadwinner in a capitalistic society, when we understand on a more human level that doesn't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just we're all confused, but more so because the dating roles have shifted too. And again, it's like, and again for women, it's like, yo, I would ask the question just to simply understand, because if the answer is, yeah, I would date the nigga who makes half my income because he gives me everything I need emotionally, I don't got no questions for that woman, because I think that woman kind of possibly like understands that kind of, I don't want to say male mindset, but like that mindset of like, I don't give a fuck about what you make. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for women and men to get back to a point, especially black women and men, to get back to a point where like we no longer are looking at each other as so confusing, is when we just take salary out of it. You know, we go back to that spiritual basis of like, do I feel good with you and everything outside of this capitalistic world? You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, like, now that the playing field is level.
What is the equivalent of that for men? Because the equivalent of that for women is not caring how much money a man makes, which is the equivalent
of that.
Hold on. To your point of not caring about how much a man makes, though, how realistic is that when that's like literally like monetary compensation was like the way you would choose a partner?
Back in the time when women didn't have the ability to make the same amounts of money, like that was the only reason why that was.
Don't majority of men say that they don't care about that, and that's like not something
about what?
I will say this.
No, hold on. I want to finish this point. I want to make sure this point is understood. I'm saying
I said don't majority of men say that they don't care.
Money doesn't matter.
That, like, you can make a certain amount of money, and that
because a man has never in the history of America looked at, like, from not saying that you get to a partnership and, you know, situation B would be she has to work so I can make money, whatever. But I'm talking about like from the time a man is born, school, college, you're not, unless, and there are certain types of niggas that eat off women, but but for like the general idea of what a man is in America, the idea was never for you to look at a woman as supplemental income. The whole idea is you're a provider, you go out and you earn the bread, you earn the chicken, right? But that was also in the society that women weren't allowed to be providers.
To get their own chicken.
Exactly. So now that the fact that we have fought for women to be providers for themselves, the mindset of how you look at money in a relationship has to change because it is no longer compatible with the society that we live in. The problem is there are certain women who cannot because both mindsets need to change. It has to be women who have to understand what we live in about, hey, so if there are only a certain amount of positions that make this amount of money, and then now we have a whole half of the segment who by just every demographic is smarter, more educated, more disciplined, are now taking a lot of these jobs. There's gonna be less niggas who are in these jobs, right? So I gotta stop looking at it like that. For niggas, it has to be, hey, one of the things that we always looked at, right? For women, if we're not really caring about how much money they make, it's their looks. It's what type of status can this person put on my arm? It's, all of the shallow things that we know from every fucking 90s teen movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What men have to do is continue to be, and honestly, not continue, but it's continue to be everything we've asked them to be through the 90s and the 2000s, but now it's no longer an ask. It's like, nigga, if you want a relationship, you now have to be a higher evolved man. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at women as what they are, human beings. You know what I'm saying? You can no longer look at it like you can no longer you make love transactional, make women transactional, make relationships anything more than what they've always been, which is a dynamic between two people. And I think right now, a lot of us millennials are caught up in this social landscape changed so quick, like so fucking quick, that we don't know where to put our foot because, we want to be traditional. But like a lot of us, we are the torch bringers of that, of the falling down of the patriarchy, of the falling down of the racist social structure. You know what I'm saying? But it's already flipped to where these young niggas are like, it's always been like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally that. It's literally like you have a generation below us who are already moving at a different social pace. Like, it's common for these niggas to paint fingernails and to dance and gyrate their hips and to fucking just be more effeminate. To just be way more
down to the dress and just
androgynous and like, we use I don't give a fuck, bro. We use pronouns here. You know what I'm saying? Like that generation has already caught up.
Yeah.
Our generation is literally the generation, just like the old generation, who is stuck, who literally the best of us are pushing forward. The best of us are progressive. We're already there. You know what I'm saying? Tete is already there. His generation before. But you know how many niggas who are, how old are you again? 38?
37.
No. But let's be real. No, 37. How many stories do we get about? Or I mean, at least men. I don't know if these stories come across your feed, but of the single, lonely, white, 37-year-old balding male who is a Trump fan because he hates being so basically alone. You know what I'm saying?
Locked in his basement, still with his parents, like that type of narrative.
We are literally living in what is it? What is it? Darwinism? What is it when you like the
Darwinism?
Yeah, but it's literally like, the niggas who can't mate, the niggas who cannot mate will not pass on their genes.
And
the niggas,
your bloodline will die.
But do you feel like the bus driver comment was unfair? Being a woman that is, I guess, successful, influential.
Listen.
So
Older.
he said, I guess successful.
No, so.
I mean, I don't know. Is she? I don't know her.
Ebony K. Williams. So here's my problem.
No, not you. No. Not Donica. I know you. I'm talking about Ebony K. Williams.
So like, what's happening?
No. Stop. I would never say I guess successful. Donica, please.
So no, listen.
Don't do that.
So my take on Ebony K. Williams, I think we talked about this, but to run fast forward through it, my biggest problem with Ebony K. Williams is that she gave a preference out loud and then wasn't willing to stand by the statement. when you're political, not political, but when you're just a social media light, you of all people should know. No, if you're gonna get pushback, right? And then second, as I've always said, all human beings should know everybody's sexual preference sounds bad to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Keep that shit to yourself unless you're on COE, content over everything. I don't give a fuck if she only wants to date bus drivers. The problem is when you make a blanket statement of black women who make a certain amount of money shouldn't date bus drivers and like using that as the tagline of how you should be looking for love.
Right.
Motherfuckers like me who thinks they might understand a little bit of the problem here are going to push back because no, I don't believe that. The woman who sat across from her when she said that statement was like, oh, because here's my list of what of what I look for in a man before I even look at money. And it's how does he treat me? It's how is his relationship with his mother? How's like tangible things that that I would think answer to what Doechii is talking about, which this nigga is going to have more depth to him. You know, than just, yo, that Gunna snitching shit is crazy. Oh, why is that?
But
oh, well, you know, because
honestly, just like goes right back to like where we started the conversation, right? Which is exactly what I was saying. It's like on both sides, people need to stop like I think even a conversation like this, where like it illustrates the ways in which we can miscommunicate and like be talking about the same things in different ways. Like people just have to, across however you identify, need to like dig a little bit deeper in terms of like, you know, what do I value in myself as a human, which then tells me a little bit more about like what do I value in life and therefore need or want in a partner. But when I say like niggas don't be talking about nothing, I really should open that generalization up to just like niggas meaning people.
Facts.
Like people don't have shit to say about shit. They're all having the same conversation of, oh, he's this, he's that, he's broke. Like, you know, it's like that baseline, like surface level.
Here's what I will say about that though.
We're just like we're like bumping into each other because like our interactions are like things bumping into each other because we have to, and not because we're like intentionally looking where we're going and like making a decision. But a part of that is like you were saying, it being like a changing time, and people. One of the biggest things with social media, as much as it's affected our lives as millennials, is like the removal of hard conversations. Like you can literally just make bold blanket statements and go hide at home and no, you know, for the most part, no press isn't fucking waiting outside the door, you know, trying to be like, what do you think? Just like you can do the same thing in like a dating relationship or otherwise. It's like there is no room for misunderstanding, number one. And room for people to really be asked hard questions. And then at that point, people deflect in whatever way, you know, they feel the need to deflect because they, again, it's like the Darwinism thing. Like they can't admit that. And let's be clear that the Darwinism, like survival piece is not based off attractiveness the way that I think a lot of people think that it is. Like there's a lot of good looking dopes out here, like on men and women's side, but it's like, yo.
And listen, to give you a little, to add on to that and to give you a little insight in the men conversations, niggas have been known that. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, it used to be.
But that just doesn't change whether or not a man.
Back in the day, it used to be the strong, tall, good-looking man, regardless of like ability, rather, would be fine normally in America. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, as a woman, you'd be naturally attracted to that. As a nigga, you've always known that really, like, no matter how bad my woman is, like, it's kind of on me type shit. I feel like that's really apparent right now. It's kind of like, yo, it don't matter how good a nigga look. Like, women are not finding out, but like, women's always knew niggas ain't shit. But it's more so, this nigga really ain't shit and like can't do nothing for me. But to kind of
nigga when I say bitches ain't shit and they ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, but to kind of just go into again more what you're saying, like I would ask the people who ask the question, like whenever if someone was ever to tell me, because my homies don't do this, my homies don't come up and be like, why are bitches like this? Why are women like this? Because I'm thankful to have enough homies that have relationships with women.
The homies that know, and the ones that don't.
No, but it's more individual situations or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I would just encourage like any nigga personally because this is men and women who've come to me with like generalized statements about their dating life. I would always throw it back and be like, well, flip the mirror on you. Like, why are you attracting these people? Why do you keep having these conversations? Why do you keep meeting everybody? Like how do you meet people, right? Because one of the things we talk about now is like, oh, we have these apps.
Chaos is so much fun.
No, but we have these apps, and they can like show our interests, and we can find somebody who data.
We might realize that our lives have no meaning.
Are compatible, but no, fuck that.
The algorithm is like, oh, y'all are compatible.
Compatible, but no, like, what is real compatibility? Like, people like, where did y'all meet? Oh, we met whitewater rafting. We met at the skate park. We met roll bounce. We met smoking weed at the fucking John Mayer concert.
Roll bounce.
No, I'm just saying.
But like, compatibility is like, in some cases, going back to what y'all was saying earlier, like, compatibility for a lot of people is how much money does he make? How much money does she make?
Facts.
Does she got a fat ass?
Facts.
How good are they in bed? Like, and it's like, some of that stuff does matter, like, long term. A lot of stuff matters long term, but it's like, do they make you feel happy?
What do you guys have in common?
Are you comfortable with that nigga? Or
what?
Like,
no, pause. Fuck that. What do you guys have in common? Like, what do y'all like to do? Why do y'all like each other? I've had bitches ask me, why do you like me?
But most people don't know.
No, hold up. Bitches have asked me.
Like themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people ask, like, I've had women who ask me, why do you like me? What? Why you like yourself? Bitch, I know why I like me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I like you because I thought we like to do all You don't know. You just been on autopilot. Like, what the fuck? But to keep it a band, bro, it's literally, people don't know themselves, dog. Like, it's like, we don't.
That's fair.
Well,
that's a fair statement.
Shit, I heard Tete in my left ear right there.
Oh,
I was like, keep it quiet for a second. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
No, but you're right. People don't know themselves. I will say myself.
Nah, don't do this. I'm just kidding.
How do you always do that? I'm about to go in. I'm about to go in, and then you be like, don't do this. No, well, all I'm saying is like self-discovery is an ongoing thing, and I will say it as, you know, a senior member of this pod, a senior citizen of this pod, I guess. Like, I mean, I'm still discovering things that I've learned about myself and things that I don't understand. Period. You know, and like, like getting to understand. No, getting to understand who you are, what you want, what you don't want. You know, what you like, what you don't like. You know, who you like, what your preferences are. Like, that's just an ongoing thing, and you know,
fuck around.
So what I've discovered is like I can't really say or not whether I have a problem with Ebony K. Williams saying anything about bus drivers or not, because it's like, as I've gone through life, I've realized I've dated women throughout different points in their careers, and I can honestly say, like, I've been able to deal with them at all levels, but is it nice?
You're not a bus driver.
No.
Okay, listen.
No, but what I'm saying...
Riddle me this, Tete.
No, stop. Is it nice to date someone on your financial level? Or better?
Yes.
Absolutely. As a man, it's nice. So as a woman, it's got to be great, right?
Yeah, it does.
Right? So it's like,
what?
And especially when you meet somebody on your financial level who's also on your like level of homebody. Like, we can sit and watch Netflix and have an educated conversation about the show that we're watching.
Okay.
We can,
all right, hold on.
We can go on vacation and have a good time.
You a gold digger. My question is this. Here's my question. I'm joking. That's a good point. Well, my question is
I
this.
don't think there's anything wrong with her saying, with her thinking it, but does she need to say it? No.
There, but
No,
yeah,
she did not.
no. But here's this. But two questions.
Like, certain shit just doesn't. What's understood don't need to be explained. Like,
Facts. But two questions.
Like, at this point, you should date a bus driver, because why aren't you talking?
Because Ebony K. Williams she's 40. Right. If she's still single and alone at 50, would you be surprised?
Would I be surprised?
Would you be surprised?
She seems like she's the type of person.
Quick question.
You don't make those.
No. Doechii, wait, real quick. I got two questions. So is that no?
If she's single alone as a successful black woman,
dude, don't. Yes or no? I'm taking a bet. Will she be with this mindset? Will she be if she keeps this mindset, keeps doing everything she's been doing? Will she be single and alone at 50?
Because she doesn't date bus drivers?
I didn't say that. I said this is her preference. This is what she said. You making a bet. Will she be single and alone at 50?
I don't know.
My bet is yes. She'll be single.
Because she has a preference
Will
on.
she be single or would I be surprised? Those are Tuesday.
Now, would you be surprised? Would you be surprised? Who gives a fuck? If you have to take a bet, we're not really speaking this on her name. We hope she gets married. She's not gonna have children. But what I'm just saying. Let's be real. Let's fuck the bullshit. Be real.
No, but it's more complicated than that, though. You know
Dude, so then no. I just want to vote. So then no. We're betting $10,000.
But not because she has a preference on the type of man she dates.
So then yes.
It's just based off of availability.
I have a sec. Thank you, but listen, guys. I'm not asking for your rationality.
So
this is her preference.
Be more open?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying take a bet.
Chill. Your mic is loud.
I'm just saying take a bet.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah, you're screaming. I'm all the way over here.
I say I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, thank you. That's a yes. What is your guys' yes or no? Don't explain further.
She's got a nasty personality.
Yeah, there's so many more things to that. That's all I'm saying.
You know, this is just like, you know, I feel like
No, because you try to simplify things that shouldn't be simplified.
because I have a second follow-up question.
All right.
I think you're missing the point of like based off of just this interaction with this woman.
Yeah, like is she nice? Is she nasty? Is she rude? Is she?
No, listen.
You know what I mean?
Just based off of this one comment that she's made.
Oh, okay, I wouldn't be surprised. Because she's anyone that says that publicly is probably not
like,
nice.
Is she a representative of why there are single black women?
Yeah.
Who said that? I literally just asked. I literally like this would literally be like anybody. Okay, but
This is how social media conversations work.
And literally
Comment section.
and literally
That's what we are right
Yeah.
my next question was going to be simply this. Do you think Ebony K. Williams has a cutoff for the level of income that she'll allow a nigga to talk to her?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems crazy enough to have something.
Or maybe not income. Maybe it'd be like a certain field that he's in, like industry, like some kind of. Maybe she like kind of wants some kind of like standard like look, or he does this.
No, I'm saying, do you think she goes? And her first
She probably
date,
asked,
and her first
she
date,
probably
she's asking,
asked.
"What do you do?"
She's a
She's
celebrity.
going home.
How much
She's
do you
googling
make?
how much does that
Yeah.
career make, and if that shit says 65 to 75,000 a year, she goes, "Fuck no."
I think she may be more bold.
Okay, I get you.
That's all I'm
I get
saying.
you. Because
Okay?
I feel like
Say something here though.
no, go ahead. I'll go ahead, Donica.
No,
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like though, like it's hard to your career. Actually, let me put it this way.
Also, she dated a white man. That was her last public relationship. Just gonna put that out there.
You gonna stop starting side conversations every time I start talking.
I mean, y'all just want to cape for Ebony K. Williams.
No. I just
Jabari. Anyway, like there is like something to be said though. Like people who care, like jobs and careers are like two separate tracks in life. Number one. Number two, I think there is something to be said about the job or career that you have because it is a choice, right? It says something about who you are as an individual. And I feel like outside of monetary like reasons, one of the things that I think annoys me is the fact that like we know a lot. Okay, I'll use myself as an example. I'm the youngest of three, but I'm the one who's like grown up in America and therefore been afforded the most privilege for my family and I who immigrated here. There's a certain level of responsibility that I still have on me, despite me not being the male or the only child of the family, to be successful, not just for myself, but for my family, because we're not at like a point where there's that, you know, they made it and they're leaving something for the kid. It's still the like, we need to help everyone that we can phase of where we are in life. And that could be true if you're like an African, like, or any sort of immigrant, but it could also be true for someone who's born in the US, right? Like,
No.
it's just like where you are in life. That being said, like, I think it's perfectly rational and reasonable to want to have to match with someone that perpetuates the goals of your family. Right?
Okay.
Like,
I want to interject. This is
given
great.
the fact that I have the choice and the the fact that, like, for example, if you go into something, a field like medicine, there's a certain level of, like, mental, physical, emotional, all of the things, prowess that you need to be successful in that field. And
all right,
that also tells you what someone might be interested in. So it's like, what would I necessarily, yes, there's a whole slew of things that you have to connect on besides your occupation.
No, but specifically,
it is something that you spend a lot of your time doing, and you do it for a purpose, which is to make money, and you make money in order to have a lifestyle. So all of those things, when you look at it, it's not just the job that they have or the income that they have, it's what the implications of all of that are.
No,
those are important factors to consider.
No, yes, I agree, but disagree in just one simple fact, okay? So to get into this real quick, you talked about being African. That is a perfectly good mindset for an African immigrant, child of immigrants, that's first generation, second generation, whatever. If you're black, that is not the same. I feel like when you're black, the mindset a lot of times is to get out. It is I'm going to help out my family because they're my immediate family. But it's more, it's less of like because I've seen it. It's less of a driving force. It's more of like
would you say that mindset is evolving though?
Yes and no, but we can't really talk about that because still at this today, that goes to a deeper conversation of if we actually were to look at statistics, I think of like who do we consider being black graduating from college and getting to these high degrees? It's a lot of African Americans, not a lot of foundational black Americans, okay? We've had this conversation. But back to what I'm saying is, in this conversation with Ebony K. Williams, a black woman, it's kind of thrown to the opposite side of the conversation of, well, if you're talking about black love, right? Not African immigrant, black love, who we are our history is slavery. Like, nigga, you make it to college. Oh my God, alhamdulillah. Like, fuck you coming out making $100,000 afterwards. You made it to college. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at Haley Williams, black royalty, right? Or not Haley Williams. That's the fucking Paramore singer. Yeah. Chloe and Haley, whatever.
Chloe Bailey.
Yeah, but that statement where she was like, yo, this is my great-great-grandfather. His dad picked cotton, and now he gets to see his daughter win a fucking Grammy. Like, those are different mindsets. So then when you have our people who are real people, we're not the celebrities, so we're not thinking about money and prestige in the way that African immigrants do, in the way of just everything, right? We want you to be a doctor. No, hold on. I've heard the statement. Well, hold on.
Why do you assume that that's any different? Because
it's not that I assume, it's I've heard, because again, with people who are first generation or immigrants themselves, they've sometimes, based off of the information they've had or based off of conversation they've had, they'll repeat tropes that other communities use against foundational black Americans, but it's simply because you don't have the same perspective, the same traditional regressive trauma. But to go further into that, what I'm saying is, I would say I've heard a lot of African immigrant communities, it's kind of like, it doesn't just matter a lot of times if you make a certain amount of money, like 6 figures, right? Now, don't get me wrong, if you're making 6 figures, niggas love that shit. Mm-hmm. But it's also like, but you're not a doctor like we wanted you to be. There's a prestige to this career, right? Whereas black Americans, there's also a prestige to these careers because it's so few and frequent, but it's also not like, but if you're making $100,000, niggas gonna be happy. Like, hope we didn't get we didn't get a doctor. No, fuck you're making the money. You're doing what you're supposed to.
I feel like with like black Americans, it's been like, how much they're like, oh, what do you do? And then they'll follow up, well, how much do you make?
Exactly.
Like, it's like they don't really care what you do. It's the money.
And now here you go. Our prestige, because again, remember, we're talking about black royalty. Like, what is black American royalty? Like, what because of so many different power structures have crumbled things do we have as our own? Entertainment. Our black royalty, when we look at prestige, when we go for like general black Americans, right? It's not like, oh, he's a doctor. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that nigga rapped at Summer Jam. Nigga, what? That nigga featured on Drake's. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit! Like, you're my.
So all you're saying is the culture's different.
A lot of hip hop culture. Like,
yes, the culture's different. So the conversation's a little different, especially to when Ebony K. Williams, a black woman, is going to shit on a bus driver who a lot of black people. My parent was a bus driver. They made $45,000, $30,000 a year, put food on our table, and got me to go through college.
That's good money.
That's good fucking boy. That's good money. And now, what it's starting to sound like because the same conversation that we're talking about with do men have these conversations? Do women have these conversations? I'm gonna take it further and go. I've seen this conversation happen on some foundational Black American podcasts, and I'm just saying these people claim to be. I don't know if they use this form, but they're talking about that and what she's saying and this question to the black community as this is black elitism.
Yeah.
Which is steeped in capitalism, which is steeped in white power structures, where it's like the second black people make it out, quote unquote, start making a certain level of income, they disengage from anybody who doesn't make that income because they now feel I'm of an elite class and anything below that is beneath me. You know, even if, you know, this guy works, even if this person owns their own business at home and it's not making a certain, they're a chef in that business, they have to work 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? That's beneath me. Even if this is a lawn mowing company that, you know, it's fresh off the ground and he's making $75,000, he's got 3 employees. You know what I'm saying? It's still not elite enough. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not unique to the black community.
No, but what I'm saying is that is the question when Ebony K. Williams says that, because at the end of the day, it's not unique to the black community, but getting to these careers is still unique. When you look at our people, segmentally, who is making these crazy amounts of money, it's still not a lot of black people. You know what I'm saying? Again, end the job. When niggas talk to me, they always think I'm African. And then when I'm like, no, I'm from here, they're like, oh shit, keep doing that, my nigga.
But the argument that I've seen is that the argument that I've seen is that, you know, we're holding ourselves to a standard of just, hey, I have a job, so I'm a good man.
From who?
But I've seen that.
From who?
I've seen that from people on social media who are commenting on the Ebony K. Williams situation. I would honestly, that elitism that, you know, Africans sometimes have, that elitism that white people sometimes have, that elitism that, you know, other immigrants from other European countries have, that elitism from Hispanics, that elevates the culture in a way. Unfortunately, there is a certain level of elitism that can be healthy for a culture.
If you don't hold the bar, then
because we can't say, all right.
Nobody's saying it's wrong to have it, but what people are saying is, who are you to say they should have it?
No, I agree with you. She should not have said it.
That's all we're saying.
But now that she's said it, it is a conversation.
And the conversation is, who the fuck do you think you are to say it? MK Williams, you made it out. You're up here. Bring people up. And let's go again to what these foundational black Americans might say. You want to talk about black love? Shoddy. Because you have these rules for yourself, do you know the last public relationship you had?
Hey.
It won't black love. No, I'm just being dead ass.
No.
Like, right. It's like if you want to, because once you get to that elite conversation, holding ourselves better, it's not community, it's not.
But
what you purport for it to be.
That opens up another can of worms. That opens up a can of worms because now. Because now you're talking about the preferences of successful African American men.
Yeah.
What is their preference? Are they choosing black love?
Some of them are, because some of them are, and I'll say this why. Some of them are. I'm not saying most of them are. I don't know, but like at the same time too, what I would say is, because again, this is Ebony K. Williams. Her perspective is a certain perspective because she is a high earning, high publicity black woman.
And that is another issue in itself, though.
Well, listen, man. What you just asked me is, what happens when it's a high earning, high publicity black male? We have many of those cases, both on the entertainment side and also both on the structural side. A lot of these niggas do date black women. And
give me an example. I'll give you an example.
Snoop Dogg.
I'll give you an example.
Same woman his entire career.
Exactly, but they started from the bottom. They started from the bottom. They grew together. LeBron James and his wife.
That's a different conversation.
Savannah?
But the conversation we're literally having is starting out dating. To build together, you have to build together.
But no. The conversation was happening is what Ebony K. Williams said as her point of view from right now. She's single.
And her point of view was to black women in general. It wasn't, here's who I date. It's, ladies, you shouldn't date the bus driver.
Even at any stage of your life?
It was a general statement. Yes, saying you should date men of a certain. That's what we're fucking talking about.
But then she's wrong for that.
Like, there is not enough jobs for everybody to make $100,000 a year.
Someone's dating the bus driver.
Somebody has to date the bus driver. And if the bus driver comes home, cooks, cleans, takes care of the fucking kids.
I didn't realize that she was made a general blanket statement without any context.
That's literally what we're saying. I'm saying, and then I took it to an individual level and said, Ebony K. Williams, at her big number, with these ideals, with every resource she has available to her, if we want to be honest, because she's in every channel, she could choose to date a man that makes less.
I was speaking for the fact that she is at her career at this point. I don't see
where she is.
I don't see where she would just choose a bus driver. I get that. But if you're saying she said it for every black woman, then that makes no sense.
And listen, I'm saying that makes no sense for both reasons, because even at her age and her career, I could see why you might want that. But if I was her therapist, I would be like, girl, bitch, let's be honest.
Be for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people do you think are out here like that? You know, there's a whole website now that you can go
Jabbar, you ain't dating a bus driver at your career and your stage at your age.
What are you talking about? Right now, the person I'm dating does not make nowhere near the money I'm dating. A bus driver makes $35,000, $40,000 a year.
No, we're not. I'm not gonna say this is a pod, but you're saying you're wrong for that statement.
You're saying
I'm not gonna say this is a pod, but you're wrong for that statement, because you've said to me, you know what? That's all right.
No, go ahead. Put it out. Because what I'm gonna tell you is this: if you're saying, yo, I would meet a shawty out, right? So let's say I'm doing me. I meet a shawty out. We're vibing. Because at the end of the day, like, I asked her what she's doing. I'm a bus driver. Do you think? No. Do you think that's gonna?
I'm not saying you're not gonna give her the time of day.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But would you say that you are waiting for this person to grow further into themselves, into their career, into who they want to be?
Yes, but that's different. Listen, that's different from saying, "Oh, this nigga's a bus driver. I'm not gonna date and grow." We just literally said Snoop Dogg has what he has because he grew. Because you grew. No, fuck that. We just said I'm still dating the person and growing. If the person I'm dating isn't growing, sure, but I'm in the relationship now. This person is telling you, no, this
is the first time you're telling me you're in a relationship. This is the first time you ever said to me you're in a relationship.
Okay, stop. Take it. Okay. Pause. No. I need you to really pause right now and
pausing.
No, and think about what the fuck I'm saying. I'm saying right now.
Okay.
The person that I am dating, I am choosing to date them.
Okay.
Ebony K. Williams says, don't date these motherfuckers. Don't talk to them. Don't associate with them. You're above that. We're more elite than that, boo-boo.
All right.
That's what the fuck we're talking about.
I don't know if that's how far the statement took it, but
no, you're taking it. You're taking it personal, and I'm telling you right now.
I'm not taking it personal. No, I'm not taking it personal.
It's personal because you brought up the personal shit. I'm telling you, in that personal shit, it's a different situation. If I was listening to Ebony K. Williams, I'd have been like, oh, you do what? You make what? No, I'm looking for somebody at this level.
No, I'm just saying.
Am I wrong?
No, I agree, and I feel like with Ebony, it's like, bro, I don't even know.
Go ahead. I'm just saying.
You a hoe for that too.
So what?
You a hoe for that too. You gonna have me arguing and shit now.
No. That's why I said I'm not gonna bring it on the pod. But you said go ahead and say it on the pod. But
keep going, nigga.
At the end of the day, like, you know, we all commit to who we want to commit to. You can call it dating, you can call it not dating, you can call it whatever you want. But like, if you say you're in a relationship with someone who, you know, makes significantly less to you, then I get it. You know, but
because if you want to go personally in the situation that I'm talking about, which I'm not going to go into it's not just the amount of money the person's making. It's a whole life stage thing. You know what I'm saying?
But that could be the same thing for Ebony K. Williams.
But it's not. She said a specific career with the type of interpretation the career made.
And I'm just so Jabbar has an opportunity to breathe and drink something.
Oh, I've been breathing and drinking. I'm perfectly fine. I think my logic is solid.
I think we should like clarify the statement, because
this is another example though of like that. Honestly, like where a mindset being like one talked about out loud. Yes, we all agree that people don't need to say things that they say, but that's what opens up the conversation. And to Tete's point of now that the conversation is,
you gotta hold the thing to the speaker.
Whenever we do have these conversations, it's always like this is how so and so should change their mindset because of how we perceive them. But like ultimately, like it doesn't matter, because the way she perceives herself, she doesn't believe, and the way she perceives Black women, I guess, when she's talking to Black women or all women, the way she perceives the women that she considers to be her audience, she's telling them, hey, like, you shouldn't date bus drivers, period. Now, all the other details and shit are like so subjective that I don't even know that they're worth arguing, because at the end of the day, what you're really doing is like assigning preference based off of perceived value.
At the end of the day, bro, for real, as again, a nigga who watched the conversation.
I mean, I'm looking at the conversation. I mean,
what the shawty was
it seems like she was making a point and she was asked a question and she answered it with a yes or no. I feel like we generalized and made a blanket statement that she said this emphatically, but I don't think it's that cut and dry.
Nigga, I watched the video. Just that video of her saying it. If we were better,
I feel like you should do a little more truth to the interpretation. Because there's a transcript.
They said I feel like you're lying.
No.
I mean, you know,
there's some liberties taken. There's some liberties taken to further your argument.
I think you caping for the hoes, bro. I think that's what it is.
Nigga, I'm caping for the hoes? No, I don't cape for the hoes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. No, I'm not caping for the hoes.
You caping for the hoes,
like,
bro.
I think that's what you said.
Because at the end of the day, bro, it's simple, bro.
I literally told you that I feel like dating throughout my dating career, I find it easier to date, you know.
Ain't nobody said nothing was wrong with that. I didn't say nothing was wrong with that. But do you think it's different? Do you think as a man it's different dating a woman with more money than as a woman dating a man with less money?
I'll tell you one thing. In this society and this day and age, I feel like it is. I will bring up an issue that I told you I would never bring up again in the podcast, but I will. When we were in Puerto Rico, no.
Oh yeah, hold on. We don't need to do that.
Jabari, not even Jabari, in general, I feel like we all agreed that men don't care about how much money women make, and that men historically are the providers and all that good stuff. So
yes.
I feel like it makes perfect sense to take a look at, for women to care about how much money a man makes, and for men to not care about how much money a woman makes.
But why do you think?
If you're going to flip your mindset about that, then there's a whole list of other shit that you also consider your mindset.
But
that's where we don't.
I was of that very same mindset, and that's kind of the reason why I brought up, you know what we talked about. But listen, I was of that very same mindset. We went to Puerto Rico. I was dating someone who was probably, early in her career. She was probably not as confident as she should be about things. I was paying for everything. My friends, some of which are on this podcast, or both of which are on this podcast, made note of that. I think they made
not quitting.
Right. Donica, I believe you said, well, she paid for the Uber. I believe you said that after I had paid for everything. But the thing is, like,
really?
No, you did say that. You did say that, but I remember that because I looking back, I'm like, oh, I see what they were saying. But the thing is, like, this person who I emphatically dated, I went for it. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna be in a committed relationship. I'm gonna be here, and I didn't understand this person's anxiety with the people that were around me.
I'm not ready. Hold on.
No. Listen, I didn't understand this person's uncomfortable.
All the credit for emphatically dating.
No. Okay. I didn't understand this person's anxiety for looking at the people around me and feeling threatened about the certain women around me who were very well established in their career, very confident in who they were, very, free with their money, free with who they were, very established. And I couldn't understand why you're so anxious because I'm here, I'm providing for you, don't give a fuck, I don't worry about it. But now that, I've had the chance to maybe branch out and see some other women who were maybe on my level financially, who don't give a fuck who I'm going out with or what I'm doing or, where I'm going or who I'm with. All I'm saying is, stop. There is a level of maturity that comes with, or some confidence that comes with being established in your career, that comes with making more money for yourself and finding out who you are. Jabari, as you know, does come with being better in your career. I mean, it is that simple,
So, but again, what we're using.
If it works for men, it works for women. And I'm not.
Okay, we're again using personal narratives to combat a general statement. I'm simply saying the general statement limits your opportunity to find a good partner.
Just like
And I would simply say,
just like last prod, you said, don't date white women. That's a general statement.
and if I was to sit here
I
up here and
agree.
say, if I was to sit up here and whine on my podcast, bam, bro, I can't find a good woman. All women out here or whatever, y'all motherfuckers would have the ammo to be like, well, maybe if you fucking dated somebody outside the black race, you could find it, nigga.
Well, he did say
Yeah.
it.
But guess who's not gonna be talking about that type of shit? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. All right.
I'm simply saying, bro, like again, it's like, and also too, I think let's not wage preferences because then we'll just get real weird with it. But simply to say, no, because listen, there are some Dr. Umar Johnson types who can say he just equate dating white women, dating the same amount of you higgity biggity ass nigga. Like, nah, but for real, it's just one of those things where like a lot of times when we're considering, I think men with a lot of money dating women with less money, and then the new phenomenon of women with a lot of money dating men with less money is so lopsided of an argument because, again, like we're talking about two perspectives that have been ingrained in society since we were young, since before we were born. Like, we are not Gen Zers. Like, it's like we are used to the male provider, female supporter role, like type shit. Now we have, again, rightfully so, not just...
As a part of that role, we're used to the women that have also been part of the workforce in addition to doing these other things, and that's a heavy burden to balance, right? And so I think like I'm not arguing for this one way or the other. Like, I'm just saying I think that also contributes to the polarization that we're seeing, and like, you know, there's more and more women who don't care and are like straight up and bat like, I'm not doing X, Y, Z and the third traditional quote unquote womanly duties. But I think a part of that though, like, money does play again, still comes back and plays a role, because does it matter if she doesn't do those things if she makes enough money for those things to be done?
It's dog.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's literally like we're just in a
Money
change.
makes the world go around, bro.
We're just not forever, but again, it's like not.
End of story.
Not truthfully, because again, I just don't think the reason why certain niggas, the niggas aren't having the conversation in this type. It's literally like, wait, why are women being like this, right? It's not, oh, why can't men get to where we're at? It's again this disconnect between like, bro, like the jobs that niggas used to work aren't here, and the lifestyle that those jobs and that style of economy and that style of women empowerment was shown to them isn't here, right? You have, again, women who are working who are going to college more, so they have more robust education and just are fuller people because of it, as well as working a lot of these higher earning jobs, who, for some reason, I don't know, can't conceptualize that, like, yo, no, this is the society we live in. Like, it's like, you know, school's harder to come by, less men are going to school, and these jobs aren't around. So, like, of course, like, these niggas are gonna, I don't want to say be bums, but, like, these niggas, like, it's hard for people to figure out what they're doing. That's why you see, like, one of the most, obviously, like, for, like, the opposite, like, the women who don't make these careers, like, what's one of the quickest things they do? Because, again, this changing of society is equal for all social classes, right? Just because there are women now who are making more money, there are also women who, because there isn't, like, impotence on them to get married, who have to work bullshit jobs just like niggas do to scamper together what they can get.
At all levels.
There's an explosion of the sex industry with OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's harder to be a person in America. And this is what I'm talking, and this, to go back to our political conversation, right? To put it all together. So for the average American citizen, right, who's looking at, I graduated from high school, or maybe I didn't graduate from high school, I got a GED, but I graduated from high school. I am not going to college. I'm not going to community college. I'm not picking up a trade. Your viable options to make over $65,000 a year are very fucking limited without you breaking your back to work 6 or 7 days a week, right?
Yeah.
On top of that,
It's not really true anymore.
And that you're not answering the
Content
question,
creation.
why aren't you doing these things?
I don't know everyone's specific situation. Okay? There's 1,000 reasons why people don't. and aren't able to manifest whatever they need to manifest to get to where they need to get to going, right? I still do think, though, it is much easier at this point in time for a man, regardless of the social class, if he fucks with the shawty and likes her for other intrinsic reasons, to be like, we're not looking at it going, oh, she doesn't make this, it's cut off. There are certain niggas who are also evolved, and I think too that the niggas who are more evolved and think just like the women are having this conversation, they're the ones who are also a little bit more emotionally inept, a little bit more wanting more of a person. Maybe they're like, okay, I'm not dating this, but like for a large percentage of men, I would say they're not looking at that as a what do you call it?
They don't want the baddies like Doechii said with no personality. They want someone of substance.
They don't want the baddest bitch in the room. They like want someone who like they can deal with.
But also or money. But the problem is I'm not a person.
Those are also the niggas that be standing back and not saying nothing.
I'm not a person. Like, yo, bro, like
shy guys.
My education was shit, bro.
Please, can you come here because we still want you to be mine now.
Yeah, we shy.
It's a hard world.
Can't be successful and home.
I just think this idea, like, I think
it can be nice in your feelings and bold at the same time.
I think the greatest thing that like niggas can do or women can do at this point is just like
have your shit together.
Continue focusing within and trying to become the best version of yourselves. The same thing I can say about men. Like it's like the best
version of me is the one with money.
And the second you get to this point where like we're discussing on a general basis what love means and this, that, and the four, and this.
Make sure you have that don't got money.
You're wasting time, bro. Because at the end of the day, too, like the bigger question of like black love, whatever. It's like, dude, what is love in the 21st century? We have AI. No, nigga. Like, what is marriage? Like, what is the idea of a relationship in America that is so equitable and is so equal? Like, it's kind of like. A lot of the ways that society structured marriage was for the society of that day. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the benefits of getting married and having your wealth transfer and all these other things that you don't have to worry about once you get married make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just, which is also why like they fought so hard for gay marriage and all those other things that materially like matter. But now in a society where we're more partnered, you know, we don't understand, like divorce is common. We know divorce is common, you know what I'm saying? People are now saying, hey, I don't want that same type of government in my shit. It's more common now. I just feel like we all need to really like, when the question is, why is the world like this? Okay, what am I doing that is allowing me to perceive the world like this? Sometimes maybe it is I'm just broke, you know. I never left Southside Richmond, nigga. I never got to see what Miami Beach actually looked like. I just saw it spring break every year. So when I finally get out to Miami Beach at 32 years old, I think I could just grab a bitch's titty on the street. Nigga, no, that's sexual assault. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what is happening in this story of yours? Was that personal?
No,
sure it's not.
No, the story is not personal. It's a hyperbole on.
It's a joke, Jamari. You've been to Miami several times and you paid attention.
It's a hyperbole on the fact of just maybe I would agree to you. Money could be an answer. Like it's a good indicator for ability to access.
Jamari's talking all this shit right now. But my boy like that money, okay?
That's what I'm saying. We all do.
Liking to spend.
And money has given us a I don't give a fuck attitude about certain things in life that me, you, Jabari have all enjoyed.
You guys are mistaking luxury though for depth. What I'm saying is you can have Doechii. We just talked about this. You can have money and not have depth, bro. You can have money and go to the same fucking country every year. You can have money and spend it on tables every fucking month. Like money does not equal depth is what I'm saying. And I feel like if people were more honest and got to know themselves, when they get money, it would give them access to do the things that give them more depth and they can find a partner versus just saying, I have money. Who else has the same amount of money as me?
But education gives you more depth.
But just because you have money.
No.
Yes, and I agree.
But education leads to more money.
But also education, you have to have money to get education. You do. Like college right now, I don't know if you guys are looking at the fucking TikTok conversations. Niggas are actually debating, yo, is college worth it based off of how much it costs?
I didn't have money and went to college.
Dude.
I'm just saying, no. I mean, I hate to say it.
I didn't have any money, and I went to college.
Yeah, like I stop acting like you have to have money to go to college.
I didn't have money, and I went to college, and now I have thousands of dollars of debt.
No, I have thousands of dollars of debt too. But you know what? You know what I also have? I have a lifestyle that $1,000 of debt has built for me.
Okay.
You know,
so
and I have a lifestyle that yes, I have to pay.
Are we talking
$1,000
about
of debt.
personal choices right now? Or are we talking
trade-offs.
about like general society?
No, I just.
Because I'm talking, okay, because we've been flipping flopping back and forth, so let me be more literal. In general society, today's time, think about everybody you thought were considering going to college back when you went to high school and you were like, oh, this nigga just, going.
Like,
look,
you can be a high schooler creating content, working with companies, getting ad revenue. Why do I need to go to college when I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars without that degree?
okay, pause that, not to go that far, but there's somebody doing it, and the internet, I can see them doing it, right? I also know that everybody who goes to college doesn't necessarily come out and make a career that pays it back, right?
Or use that degree.
Tech, healthcare, but how many people go, and I'm not saying this is wrong, I think this is brilliant, this gives you depth. English majors who don't go to a secondary school. How many people just get health sciences degrees and don't go to secondary school? How many? And I look, I see the tis, right? But would you not say that those people who did go to school have more depth than the nigga who didn't go to school?
I know an English major right now who's making more money than me.
Okay, but I'm talking about on average. There's a fucking comedian.
I don't think going to college and getting a degree is depth, though. Like, I think we're talking about knowing yourself.
Yeah,
you don't have to go to college to know yourself.
I would say if you go
that
to
helps you discover
it helps you discover yourself. It's like
gives you the tools.
College, going away to college is basically play adult for 4 years.
Oh, for sure.
No. Yeah, you're
But,
going for
but,
school
but what
is
I'm saying is this.
important. Like,
So what I'm saying is that's education, right? Education of life, education of a certain subject. Fuck it, it's education. That gives you the ability to have more depth than just having money. The problem is, again, with education, to go back to a general rule, why went to school? Generally, especially today now, even harder, it's expensive, bro. And it's so expensive that you have people who went to school, didn't do much with the degree, because of whatever circumstances, and now when their kids are going to school, it's like, well, I don't know, Timmy, maybe we should, try to see what this online certificate does, or maybe we should, do what Paul did and actually like learn how to weld, because that makes a good amount of money. It's really like circumstances are so specific, of course, but generally speaking, a lot of people do not have. Nigga, what we got? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just going.
But I feel like I don't know. But like it
takes a lot, bro.
For some reason, you feel like because I came from an African immigrant family, education was somehow given to me or something like that.
I didn't say it was given to you.
Somehow, like again,
Tate, both your parents are educated.
No, not necessarily.
Your mom isn't your mom a nurse?
No, my mom is educated, yes. But my dad, he's a journalist from Ghana. He's educated, but he came to this country and worked in an Italian restaurant, and then he worked at Kinko's for the rest of his career, and then retired from there.
Does he hold a degree?
Does he? I don't know. He holds a degree in Ghana.
Okay, whatever.
No, don't say whatever. No, don't say whatever. Let me tell you my story, because you keep like generalizing it as if it's like
I'm not generalizing.
What my parents gave me was this: you have to go to college, and we're not going to pay for it. That's it. Okay. That's the same thing that this country is feeding everybody. Okay? So I went to college. My mom said, I'm not co-signing for your loans because I got to buy a house. I'm not doing shit. You will get loans and you will go to college. You will not live at home and you will get an education. And guess what? I chose my major. I went to school for engineering. I was like, oh, math is hard. I'm going to go to nursing. And I did that. No one gave me anything. And this is not like
it's a different understanding again. Okay, because now I think we're going back to the foundational black argument versus African American. No, because you just said, why do I keep saying this about African immigrants? I'm saying
because, bro,
wasn't that the question,
bro?
Yes or no? Was that not the question?
Are you African American?
I'm African American. Yeah.
You went to college.
Yeah.
Are you African American?
Yes.
You went to college.
Yes.
We have the same outcome.
Yes, we had the same outcome.
We're culturally different, yes. But Jabari, don't act like there isn't a level of personal responsibility. I hate to be the one to say this, but there is a level of personal responsibility that has to go into this. you saying that the culture doesn't advocate for college doesn't excuse the culture not advocating for college.
Yes, it does.
That's fucked up.
Because literally, what I'm saying is this, bro.
We have to hold the culture accountable
What
at
I'm
some
saying is
point.
this. I'm not saying the culture doesn't advocate for college. The culture is not just one voice. There's many high platform people who advocate for niggas to
Education.
go to school. Yes, of
Yes.
course. But what I'm telling you is, again, the idea that what you saw, what you know, and what your parents talked to you about is
I am
different
very
than
well
in a
aware
lot
of
of
that.
and then in a lot of black homes.
I'm
What
very
I'm saying
well
is too,
aware of that.
it's like
I was encouraged to go to school. Others were not.
not just that on a simple basis, but there is a different identity being an African immigrant.
What is that different identity you keep speaking of? I'm trying to find it.
You know your heritage. What are you talking about?
Knowing my heritage, what does that have to do with going to
You
school?
know you have a
What does that have to do with going to school?
you have what it has. It doesn't have to do much with the idea you're saying about going to school, but the idea of becoming a fully actualized citizen, a fully actualized person, not that citizen, but a fully actualized person. No, I'm telling you, like this is big identity issue, bro. No, hold on.
I came to this country knowing my heritage, and kids like you made fun of me for it and made me feel like shit.
Because do you
I
know
was
why?
outcasted.
Do you know why?
I was outcasted.
No, but
my point is, my journey, though it was different from yours, wasn't any less difficult.
Bro.
Because it was fraught with different
Nobody's
obstacles.
saying it was less difficult.
It was just different.
No, you had different levels of like literally you had different
Challenges?
levels. You had different levels of tenacity. My nigga, your literal upbringing allowed you to get where you got to. Nobody's taking shit from you.
That's fucking true, Jabari. That
What-
doesn't even make any sense. If anything, the upbringing would have been harder if you had to literally move to a country you've never been to before versus having the advantage of growing up in one place.
And I'm not saying it was. I'm not saying it was. Listen. Oh my God.
Hold on. Honestly, what you're saying is giving that whole same concept that white people tend to perpetuate, like black people can handle, like anybody as people can handle more or are somehow stronger inherently or can can withstand.
Yeah, like Africans are somehow smarter or better or more capable.
Mentally more.
That is not the intention of what I'm saying.
But
Oh my God.
Your literal upbringing like sets you up for success more is what you're saying, but you don't. There is no one literal upbringing that everyone has shared.
Yeah, nigga, my upbringing was my parents forced me to go to school without a plan to pay for it. That's insane.
But even in that situation, a majority of people might force you to go to school, but under very different circumstances, very different parenting style, and very different, and not even very different, a range of monetary, support, right? Tete and I are similar in the sense that we had parents who were like, yeah, you need to do this. I ain't got nothing for you, though. Because they did understand to a certain degree that you could do that in this country, which is why people come here. Let's be clear. People come here because you can literally make something out of nothing in America. That is a American ideal that is 100% true. It's proven by the fact that people have done it. But beyond that, there is nothing that makes the experience inherently easier. And it's really and I think this is another thing that, again, divides us unnecessarily, because it's it's a cycle of, or comparing oppression, right? It's you're not any more or less oppressed. There's different traumas that you can naturally have as a result of immigrating to a completely new place, and then realizing, oh, even in this new place, they still treat me like shit because, oh, guess what? The real people in charge don't give a shit whether you're African American,
right,
foundational Black American, or really anything, or sunburnt. They don't go fuck. It's they were using a fucking paper bag to determine who gets treated how. It didn't matter where you were from. So I think constantly pointing out that you have a different experience, not necessarily.
Yeah, and based on knowing my heritage, what does that have to do with
Okay,
where I've got?
let me go. No, let me go. Y'all talk. Let me go. So what I'm basically saying, it's not my intention to say your experience was harder or your experience was worse. What I'm simply saying is you asked me, what's the difference? And I was trying to tell you the difference. Again, as a Black American, one of the reasons
How are
why...
you telling someone the difference of an experience you've never had?
I'm saying that from what I see, if you tell me it's different, that's fine. But you're like, yo, why do people make fun of me for being African? Because the idea of what Africa was in America is that, yo, it's a country where they were playing In the Eyes of an Angel. Like, you're seeing this constant idea of what Africa is, so you're not going to accept that heritage. Then you're shown on TVs every day. You understand the societal racism, the structural racism, all the things you're growing up in, right? Now, if you don't have parents who were individual enough, blessed enough to give you that motivation, give you that push to go and achieve and, you know, take that personal responsibility. Maybe you grew up in a community like Baltimore. Maybe you grew up in a community like Southside Richmond. Maybe you grew up in a community like Southeast DC, where because there is such a lifelong tradition of oppression since your great grandparents got into whatever home they were in, it's tougher. Like, again, like, my cousins are a little different than me. I know I'm a specific case because one of the reasons why, okay, we joked about me having a white father, but like, my mom has talked about shit about why we moved from Oakland, California to my mom joining the military and we're going into Hawaii. And then one of my reasons why my mom, for whatever the fuck her relationship issues were, thought, okay, this man might not be able to be a black father to Jabari, but he'll be able to be a father and give him what he needs to go around, because we understand what it can be as a black young boy in America and like not, and be lost and be looking for identity and be looking for structure and finding it in the wrong places. But all this again to say, all I'm simply saying is just like, with my cousins specifically, like they encourage my cousins who were the same, they would encourage my cousins who were the same age as me to not go to school because it made more sense to not go get debt and not go and get educated, even though one of them had a fucking full ride scholarship. You need to go to work now. You gotta help. You gotta help out the family. I'm not saying that it's different from you guys. I'm just, you asked me why do I think this is why I think. Now, it's similar, I think, from what I've seen. Again, from
what was the reason? What is the reason?
What is the reason? What?
That they made that choice. Why would it suddenly make less sense, or was that just a personal choice to not go?
It's the personal choice on whatever the family who also hasn't gone to college and also don't understand anything above.
Okay, but our family members didn't go to college either, so what's
No, I agree, but they had the wherewithal and understanding to know, hey, let me go to America, as you said, the place of opportunity.
So then it's not about a particular subsect of people and those individual parents.
Yeah, it's just more your family.
Yeah, and that's why I said African. That's why I said African immigrant.
Hold on.
I'm specific.
In some instances, people's parents immigrated here and didn't do shit else but immigrate here, and you just got to choose whatever life you want to choose. There's plenty of immigrants
that are not doing what we're doing.
That aren't exactly.
If literally the tension here is the generalization of your culture, that's not mine. That's okay. Fine. I'm sorry. I take that off of it. I'm specifically talking about black people. Okay,
but you're generalizing black people too.
Because I am black. This is what I know in my own family. This is what I see in the fucking day-to-day life. When I go from the upper echelons of Baltimore, where we're nurses, to when I go to the skate park and we do drugs. Like, it's like.
So do you come across any Africans in this same community?
No.
You don't come across.
Not skating.
Beyond that, though, let's address the fact that like African
So stop doing that.
Or foundational Black Americans or whatever have been in America for a long time. There are literally organizations and groups committed to that. Like, these folks, like, okay, being born in DC or Baltimore.
I didn't say they weren't.
As a black person who is not a foundational Black American but is black and was not doing well and needed all of these resources and things and guidance that you speak of. I grew up in the suburbs. I wasn't aware of, nor did I have access to these like groups of people that could guide me. There was no, whatever junior sorority or fraternity. There was no, whatever community organization. There was no Black alumni, whatever group or what have you in my vicinity, nor was I aware of them because I wasn't from this country. There's a whole slew of resources that literally exist just for Black people. So, like,
they should do better.
We can go back and forth on, like, things that would give one group or another an advantage versus the other.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not going back and forth. You two are the ones who are hung up on this comparison.
You always seem to.
What I just said was, I apologize. It's not my intention to make you guys feel like I'm trying to segment you guys off and be like, personally, whatever your culture does, blah blah blah, racist. No, I'm simply making a distinction
it's not about
because
your intention. It's about the impact, which languages that you
And
use.
what I'm saying is I'm apologizing because all I'm trying to literally say, again, is like, I'm not willing to just count it up to pull it up to the bootstraps for these reasons. I think there's more that the government and society could be doing to touch the everyday American that then I would be like, okay, now it's, why the fuck didn't you do this? Why the fuck didn't you do that?
So my question is, there are programs like Doechii is saying that are designed for poor communities, generally Americans, and then there are some designed for specifically
Muslim community.
right, and there are some, but there are no. That's what I'm saying. But there are no programs designed for immigrants to succeed in this country. So why is it then, with all of that, that you're saying that, you know, Africans come here and succeed when you have America, you have the programs, you have the resources, you have the knowledge?
Nah.
Like,
see, I disagree. So I'm no longer
No,
gonna
no,
conflict.
hold on.
I'm no longer
Let me
conflict.
finish my
Fuck
thought
that.
on
No,
this.
I'm no
You
longer
can-
gonna conflict the two issues. What I'm saying is the reason why I think that is because my question to you is, does every kid in America get free school lunch, free school breakfast, and an option for free school dinner?
they can, if you apply.
Every school?
If you apply.
Every school in America.
Every school.
K through 12, every school from America, can a child go to that school, regardless of socioeconomic status, and eat for free?
No. You have to have a certain socioeconomic status.
Okay.
Yes.
Do we have free public, not just 2-year, but 4-year institutions? Wait, that's a question.
Have you ever had free lunch? Have you ever had free reduced lunch?
Yeah.
Okay, and how did you get that?
No, like I personally need it. No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
No,
They
no.
had it at the school.
No, but so you didn't get it? Okay,
No,
so,
I told you.
Okay, so let me talk as somebody who did get that. My mom applied because she knew about the program. Okay.
Yes.
This was a program that was readily available for everyone who was making a certain income.
It's not offered in every school system.
Yes, it is, Jabari. Did you go to school in Virginia? Then it's offered in your state because it's a statewide thing. Again, this is why you have to vote for.
Probably one of the most impoverished areas, quote unquote, in terms of education.
In fact,
if anything, there's more programs in those environments for free things. Which, again, I think there's a layer of this that we haven't gotten to, which answers like part of what Cheche's question is, which is like the why, and that's really understanding the like psychosocial effects of the history of what foundational Black Americans have experienced. But there is a balance between what you're both saying. But I do think like those are important points, which is like, yeah, like legally, as of I don't know what year, but everyone has to offer like free or reduced lunch.
yeah, like this is.
It has to be like it doesn't have to be an application process. In some schools, it's like everybody has it because that's just the demographic they serve. But in majority of schools, it's a simple enough application process. Beyond that, like I said, in places where pretty much everyone is on that schedule, which was my school that I worked at, every kid could walk in and get breakfast or lunch, and there was no like pin code situation. They were just tallied because they were already accounted for based off of the demographic as people who would get free lunch.
And even now, like Essex County, where we worked for a long time at a hospital there, all the kids there are getting free lunch because that is technically an impoverished county. Overall, like they're just.
All right. So what's the end point? Because it's been 2 hours and 52 minutes. So
The point is, I think a lot of the things that you're saying, a lot of things that you say that the government's not doing, they are doing. It's just that maybe the community, the culture, isn't taking advantage of it. And there needs to be some accountability there. And I feel like you can make excuses for it all you want, or you can say, well, the immigrants come through and they have a certain way of raising their kids, or they have a culture that, you know, knows their ethnicity or where they're from. But at the end of the day, like, immigrants come here and take advantage of these American programs all the time, which are available for you as well.
I think the nuance is being missed of some of the Black American experience, and when I say that, I mean like I'm first gen college, and I was told. I'll say this: my mother didn't know anything about how to apply for schools, and whether I went to school or not, she wouldn't have cared. I think, Tete, with your case, you're saying like you were kind of coming here and the goal was to come to school. Like, I feel like a lot of black... No? Okay, but I'm sorry. I'll redact that. But I know a lot of families, like, that have applied and they have sent their kids to school now. They're like, well, I didn't really know that like going to college was in the works for me. Or because in schools, a lot of times, they're not, or for me, they're not showing you how to apply, where to go, how to do this.
What county did you go to?
I went to Prince William County. I was in Chesterfield County for a little bit, and I was in Manassas City. 3 different schools, and all of them had the same type of. You kind of do it on your own time. You apply. There's no walkthrough. We had college and career center counselors in the schools, but it's like I don't know if it's a by design thing where we're not really encouraging, or if it's a thing where. Because I'll say this too, all of the schools that I went to for high school had at least a third of the population being black. And when I was in Chesterfield, I went to Meadowbrook, and that was at least 50% black.
Right.
If not more than that. So I think part of it is the lack of understanding, and so you don't know about the resources because you don't even know. Okay, well. The first step is knowing about what to apply, what to look for in schools, and then you can start looking at, okay, well, how do we get to afford for these applications? How do we get to afford these standardized tests, and then apply, and then do all these extra steps and get you there and all of that.
So in your personal experience, how did you become first generation college? Or university? If
it were not for like churches, I did a college tour through a church in my area, and then I sang in the choir, and we went to JMU like for a concert, and that's when I was like, I want to go to JMU. But it was that, or like what's fed is that or Army. Like those are the two options. Like even trades at my school, we had an auto shop. We had students getting cosmetology licenses, nail tech licenses. It was still, you're gonna do military or you're gonna do college, or they didn't really say this, but the third option was you're gonna go become a piece of shit and
trap or die, nigga.
Or you're gonna be working at McDonald's, just kind of sitting in Manassas.
You ain't leaving the hometown.
Yeah.
So would you say it was a lack of resources or a lack of knowledge of resources?
Both, but it's also, I think the education system has failed us tremendously. When you get to graduation, for a lot of students that aren't encouraged, or they're told, and it's kind of, it feels like this. Students feel like I'm not college material. I'm not even community college material. So they just kind of stop with that process.
So I went to Fairfax County schools.
Yeah.
You went to Prince William County schools.
Yeah.
I would say, especially since I graduated in 2004. I don't know when you graduated.
I graduated
2013. So I think Prince William would probably be at the level of Fairfax County that it was in 2004. I would say, because Prince William County is, my siblings graduated from there. That's a good school system.
Well,
considering, and you're in Northern Virginia.
Now, I graduated Manassas City, so it's different than Prince William.
That's still Northern Virginia, right?
Oh, it is, but different school system, different.
That's still a pretty
we
wealthy
played
county.
Manassas. That's how I knew.
That's still a pretty wealthy county.
Yeah, wealthy for sure, but the demographics of the school doesn't always. We have wealthy students and we have some of the poor students as well, and our different demographics for Prince William County includes Manassas City, which is where I graduated from. So I did 1 year Chesterfield, 1 year Prince William, and then 2 Manassas City.
I would say out of those 3, Prince William, Manassas City, and Chesterfield, I think Chesterfield would probably be the worst, and Chesterfield is still considered pretty decent school system, right?
Yeah. System, but the high school you go to matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I will say, they're not struggling for resources in those high schools like they are in some of the other high schools in Virginia, especially if you go further south.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think it's always a resources thing. I think the resources are there. It's just what's being pushed to the students and which students are you pushing them to.
Look, man, we can spend all day divulging our own personal beliefs on this shit. I personally don't even know where the fuck we started this. But
Facts.
I'm gonna try to keep it concise and the broken because we're not doing a health topic. This whole episode was a fucking health topic. We got politics in there. We got social reform in there. We got niggas talking about bitches. But again, this whole episode was a health topic. Okay. You know,
With
we
no
gotta
music
fucking,
breaks.
we gotta shit, man. This is niggas talking for 3 hours. But you know, I think what we can all say is, as a podcast, we just want y'all to succeed, man. And if it's not apparent now more than ever, a lot of that depends on you. Okay? So
Facts.
we believe y'all can reach to the stars and like become everything fate has planned for you, but you gotta work hard. Yeah. So on that though, any content of the week, guys, before we get out of here?
Shit, I had a content of weed, but
What's the album called?
What's content of the week?
content of the week is when you talk about something in the media or something that you watched, something pop culture that you want to divulge to the pod, that makes you happy or you're excited about or you just want to have a debate about. Like Little Mermaid. I saw that.
Well, Jabari refused to see it, so whatever.
I mean,
I'll go. It's a song called Lipstick Lover by Janelle Monae.
Okay.
She got an album coming out this
She got
Friday.
some nice titties.
And I only highlight that one because it's Pride Month, and I think that song is very femme forward, very women forward, and very bisexual, lesbian. I don't know how she identifies, but it's very LGBTQ+.
She identifies as that.
Yeah, I don't care what she identifies as. To be honest.
She is the topic of conversation.
Yeah,
I love Janelle Monae.
She's
Yeah,
fucking
honestly.
so good looking.
Yeah, she's sexy.
bro, she's great at like everything she's done too. Like looking at her movies, going back listening to her album, she good
Producer. Shit.
Shit, my content of the week will be Demon Slayer season 3 is out.
Oh, I've been
I've
watching
been
that.
watching it. It's good.
Oh, me
It's
and Morgan
good.
have been consuming
Michiro,
that.
by himself, team on his back,
Dog.
bruh. What
Wait,
can you
season three
say?
of what?
LeBron James.
It's LeBron James
Of the Hashiras.
but he's only 5'4".
Right?
Come on now.
Season 3 of Demon Slayer is an anime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the shit.
All right.
Wow.
When's that back?
I didn't expect you to pull that one out.
Come on, bro.
No, because you read the manga, you know.
Oh no, that's the watch. It's me, baby. It's me. What's up?
Okay.
What's up?
All right. That makes me happy.
Gotta find a new one now.
Right?
Oh, shit.
Okay. All right.
And I do have a second content, but it's not really like content because I haven't watched it yet. But I'm thinking that new show, The Idol, with The Weeknd, is gonna be good. I heard it's good.
Oh, I saw that on HBO.
It's #1 trending.
Or Max.
Yeah.
I want to highlight, for my content of the week, I want to highlight a Ghanaian Afrobeats artist because a lot of Ghanaians get missed, and I feel like Ghanaians, when it comes to Afrobeats, are quality, not quantity, like my Nigerian brethren. Black.
You don't need to be so fucking shady.
I know people
like
gonna say it
Jabari
too.
with the-
No, the tribalism. You know, when it comes to tribalism, then I revert. But anyway, Black Sherif.
Wow.
Yo, I saw him perform at something in the water.
See, Jabari,
Fire.
are you sure you want to know where you're from?
I call him Black Sherif, but if it's Black Sherif,
No,
yo,
listen.
You saw him?
I just
I
want
saw
to
that
say.
something in the water.
I just want to say.
The villain I never was.
All
That
the-
album is fire.
all-
Please listen. He's from Ghana, representing.
Yeah.
All the isolation and shit you got from being black or African in school, they gave it to me too. I just wasn't African. They're like, you black motherfucker. Like, bro, like, I'm from California.
No.
Like, what the fuck?
A nigga that got caught in a house fire at age 5 and was burnt from head to toe called me Skillet.
Yo,
What?
I was in band.
Bruh.
Listen.
Right, like nigga, what?
Hold on, I got you. I was in band. I was a drum major. Our uniforms were black and they had gold buttons. Guess what these niggas called me?
What?
Buttons. Everybody. They thought it was a funny joke. To my mom came on one of those, chaperone duties or whatever.
Yeah.
Some girl said some joke. My mom cut that shit so quick. You know, you'd be in high school, you'd be like, you just joke back, whatever.
Because
My
you don't
mom won't-
understand.
No, I understood, but it was like, come on now. This
Yeah.
is King George, Virginia. Like, am I going, nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, no, my mom wasn't playing none of that shit. She said, skirt! What that white bitch
Cut
say?
that shit out now.
Yeah.
Oh. The white people called you that?
Oh, it was everybody.
That's racist.
But it was black too. It was Mexicans. It was black.
No, black folks got me, man. They roasted me, man. Roasted.
Niggas don't care.
Niggas be roasted. And it, like, it's funny because, like, I love it, but niggas be roasted.
All right, so we're gonna end the episode there.
Okay, well, since
Oh, yeah, my bad,
mentioned,
shit.
like, any black women artists,
Forgot.
Go ahead, Donica.
actually,
I mean, no, we
you
remember.
said
No,
Janelle.
no, you said Janelle Monae. Yeah.
I remember. Calm down.
Oh, my
I meant
bad.
the two of you.
You ready to fight? Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Caping for the hoes.
I mean, you didn't even mention it, like, not you getting defensive, like you said.
Listen, I am in defensive mode right now, okay?
Clearly.
Jabari told me to bring the heat. I brought the heat.
Yeah, nigga.
Now everybody's mad.
I liked it. I liked
That was
it.
intense. That was going
We
on.
gotta talk about some shit that I got some direct facts on. They threw out facts, and I was like, "Damn, man, this nigga spitting." I don't know. Shit. Niggas ain't shit, bro. What you want me to say, bro? What you want me to say?
That's for a reason, because, like, who fucks with Doechii, though?
Who?
Doechii?
Doechii? I called her Doechii.
Don't
I don't know. how
You
to
might
say
be
her
right.
name
I don't
or
know.
thing.
She's a female rapper.
Okay.
I know Doja Cat.
She nice? She nice? She float?
I don't listen to her a
I
lot.
love her.
No, let me stop.
I like all the songs she's been featured on so far. She's gonna, she's gonna have a little space for herself.
Okay.
Okay. On that beat, we're gonna get out of here again. That was the Bullshit for Hell podcast, episode 103. We're gonna get out of here with a new song from what you call it?
I hope this is not all one episode. What?
Yeah, it is.
It is. God, that's a long ass episode. It's 3 hours. Right?
Yeah, man. Don't worry about it.
Damn.
Don't fucking worry about it. But again, we're gonna get out of here with a song by The Weeknd, Madonna, and Playboi Carti
Seriously, play
Oh,
it.
you playing that one?
off the new. No, they can go check that out. And if you don't have,
Play quick. Who the traveler?
it's
Play
fine.
He
Persuasive
opened with that too.
by Doechii.
I've seen the devil down Sunset, in every place, in every face. Yeah.
Tell me, do you see her? She's living her life. Even if she acts like she don't want the limelight. But if you knew it, she lives her life. She calls her paparazzi, then she acts surprised. Oh, I know what she needs. She just want the fame, I know what she thinks. Give it a little taste, running back to me. Put it in the base, pray it's all to keep. Ooh, every night. She prays to the sky. Flashing lights is all she ever wants is begging on her knees to be popular. That's a dream to be popular. Kill anyone to be popular. Sell her soul to be popular. Popular, just to be popular. Everybody scream cause she popular. She mainstream cause she popular. Never be free cause she popular.
Money on top of me, money on top of her. Money on top of me, money on top of her. Daddy fuck with me cause you know I'm popular. Daddy fuck with me cause you know I'm popular.
I know that you see me. Time's gone by. Spend my whole life running from your flashing lights. Try to own it, but I'm alright. You can't take my soul without a fucking fight.
Oh, I know what she needs. She just wants the fame, I know what she thinks. Give it a little taste, running back to me. Put it in her face, pay yourself to keep. Ooh, every night. She prays to the sky. Flashing lights is all she ever wants is begging on her knees to be popular. That's a dream to be popular. Kill anyone to be popular. Sell her soul to be popular. Popular, just to be popular. Everybody scream cause she popular. She mainstream cause she popular. Never be free cause she popular.
Money on top of me, money on top of her. Money on top of me, money on top of her. Shawty fuck with me cause you know I'm popular. Shawty fuck with me cause you know I'm popular. Money on top of me, money on top of her. Money on top of me, money on top of her. Shawty fuck with me cause you know I'm popular. Shawty fuck with me cause you know I'm popular. Getting money, I'm keeping it. I'm getting can, I'm keeping it. Money on top of me, money on top of her. Shawty fuck with me cause you know I'm popular.
Popular, born to be popular. She ain't that 20 mil, but she run it up. She can never be broke cause she popular. Turn that webcam on for the followers. Begging on her knees to be popular. That's a dream to be popular. Kill anyone to be popular. Sell her soul to be popular. Popular. Just to be popular. Everybody scream cause she popular. She mainstream cause she popular. Never be free cause she popular.